entertainment. After 3 years of seclusion, he was exposed by his daughter. This video is purely for entertainment and does not infringe on copyrights or laws. The rights to the novel and image belong to the original author. We do not claim ownership. Don't like waiting and want to listen to this fanfic in full now? Subscribe to our Patreon, where you'll find the best fanfics. Chapter 126. Hunter appears, exposed. The alarm sounded instantly, and Song Dacheng and Song Keo were frightened in the room and screamed immediately. Tang Xin was also frightened at this time and subconsciously grabbed the corner of Lin Fei's clothes. At this moment, Tang Xin regarded Lin Fei as her safest fortress there. I still felt the horror. This program crew is so good at playing, isn't it? This scene is really fun. Haha, Dacheng, Keo, do you two have to be so scared? There are so many of us watching. You are so embarrassed. I can't take it anymore. I'm dying of everyone laughter. The reactions of these two people are really funny. Right, that's right. Look at Tang Xin and Lin Fei. These two people are really calm. Why do I suddenly feel that Lin Fei and Tang Xin look like a couple? Shut up upstairs. Lin Fei is mine. Even if he has a daughter, I don't care. I will raise her. Shut up upstairs. Xiaozhen is my goddess. She is mine. For a while, there were many opinions in the entire barrage, and everyone expressed their opinions on this. In the castle, Lin Fei and the other four finally calmed down slowly. The alarm only sounded for 10 seconds. Hunters? Everyone was puzzled when they heard this. But then, there was no response. The red flashing lights around did not stop at all. The lights flashed fast and slow, stimulating visual senses. Lin Fei picked up the card in front of him. I understand. Looking at the words on the card with the help of the light, Lin Fei finally understood the rules of this show. There is a villain. What's going on? Tang Xin came forward curiously, and Lin Fei was also talking at this time. Hello, I'm the owner of this castle. If you come in, I hope you can save me. Originally, there were only me and my servants in this castle, but on a thunderstorm night, hunters sneaked into my castle. 90 minutes after you enter the castle, the hunters will be dispatched. They are scattered all over the castle, trying to capture those who come to save me. I also hope that you can help me get rid of the hunters tracking and save me who escaped from death. There are hunters. After hearing such words, everyone immediately understood. So hunters came from this. You know, this has never been played before. Unexpectedly, in their period, such a novel way of playing would appear at this time. Wait, there is a sticker behind this paper. The sharp-eyed Song Dacheng shouted immediately. Lin Fei listened and reacted quickly. Turning over the card, he saw that a sticker with the wording appeared behind it, the hunter's back. Once successfully pasted, the hunter will be fixed for 8 hours. This is a sticker that can make the hunter ineffective. But, Lin Fei curled his lips. It seems that a sticker can only be used by one hunter. Yes, Song Dacheng spoke quickly. Let's keep looking. I think there should be other stickers here. Unexpectedly, Lin Fei directly refuted Song Dacheng. I think there should be no other footprints here. So, it should be very difficult for us to find them now. Everyone checked it out after hearing it. However, there are no other footprints here. Point in this case. Let's judge that everyone there should be no other clues. In that case, let's proceed to the next level. Door handle. The door was locked again. Point this time. Lin Fei took out the key from his pocket. Point inserting the key and twisting it. Everyone soon saw the door lock opened. Letting out a long breath, Lin Fei looked at the people around him and spoke. Everyone be careful. Now, it is very likely that the hunter has appeared, but we don't know where, so it's better to be careful. Okay. Others nodded. Click. Lin Fei's movements were very gentle, and he slowly opened the door. What came into view was a blue light. Everyone looked at the extremely quiet outside at this time, and only the flashing lights in the living room told everyone that this was not a static state. Everyone keep your voice down. Lin Fei spoke softly and took the lead to walk outside. Finally, the four people came out. Outside, there was a short corridor, only 3 meters long. In front, there was a left corner. Lin Fei waved his hand and everyone led to the front. Everyone's footsteps were very light. Walking forward, everyone soon came to the corner and everyone stopped. hunter appeared. That's right. In front of seeing this situation, Song Kenna said softly, covering her mouth, her eyes full of surprise. Everyone around listened and nodded. The man had been facing away from them, motionless, and had no reaction at all. But this was not what everyone wanted to consider. What was considering was how to get there. Because, right in front of everyone, there was a 10-meter long infrared area point just like the detection devices in the movies, and in front, behind the hunter, there is an alarm device and a decibel detection device. How do we get through? Woo. As a result, Song Dacheng looked at the dense red lines in front and shouted out point. But in an instant, Lin Fei covered his mouth directly point, turning his head quickly. What Lin Fei was worried about happened. Ding. Ding ding. In an instant, the decibel detection device sounded, and the hunter turned his head suddenly. The 4 people were exposed. Chapter 127. Extremely difficult. Hearing the sound of the decibel detector and seeing the hunter turn his head instantly, Lin Fei suddenly took a breath of cold air. The Macube skills of this show crew are really awesome. I saw that the hunter turned his head at this time. The hunter's eyes were so terrifying that it made people feel terrible just looking at him. Die. Suddenly, the hunter shouted and rushed over, and the infrared rays in the corridor suddenly disappeared at this time. Seeing the hunter rushing over in a fierce manner, Lin Fei shouted immediately, "Run. Go back to the living room." Hearing this, everyone immediately responded. Lin Fei was the first to bear the brunt and quickly rushed to the door and opened it directly. However, Lin Fei did not rush in first, but waited for everyone at the door. "Come on in." Seeing the 3 people running over and rushing directly into the living room, Lin Fei also acted instantly and ran directly in point at the last moment. When Lin Fei ran in, he happened to see the hunter appear. I saw that the hunter was extremely fast, and the one with a fierce look was running towards Lin Fei. Clang, crack, without hesitation, Lin Fei closed the door and locked it with the key. Bang, bang bang, and just a second later, there was a violent knock on the door. Barrage in the live broadcast room has already been boiling. Isn't this so damn scary? That hunter's face is covered with scars, and that look in his eyes is really scary. How is this special meow going to survive? Isn't the decibel detection too sensitive? Once the sound is too loud, the hunter will react immediately. It's really scary. This is so awesome. The program team is really a little cruel this time. I feel so bad for Kenna. How scared is this girl? I feel really bad. Lin Fei was so handsome just now. Under such circumstances, Lin Fei didn't even go in first, but reacted quickly and let go in first. It's really admirable. Wow. Lin Fei is so handsome. He doesn't have any nervousness at all. He is completely taking it seriously. I admire him so much. Naturally, people like Lin Fei didn't know everyone about the barrage in the live broadcast room. Infiltrator, die. Infiltrator, die. Bang bang bang. Door and the crazy shouts of the hunter. Everyone became nervous. But soon, when the sound disappeared and the hunter's footsteps gradually faded away, breathed a sigh of relief. Quickly patting her chest, Song Kenna wiped the tears from the corners of her eyes. This is too scary. Why don't you play so hard? That's right, this is too scary. Song Dacheng agreed on the side. Lin Fei, listening at this moment, also spoke. Now, the hunter should go back. For the 1 Million Hope Primary School, we need to work hard for those children. When everyone heard this, they immediately reacted. Tang Xin frowned and analyzed. In this level, I think one of us should have passed through the infrared grid and then disabled the hunter. And I just saw that there is a button on the hunter's side, which seems to be the button to open the rolling shutter door. In other words, we must go through there. That's right. Lin Fei echoed, also praising Tang Xin's keen observation. Putting his ear against the door, Lin Fei listened carefully. After a long time, he finally spoke. The hunter has gone far. We can go out and take a look first, but remember to talk in a low voice. Good. Everyone listened and nodded. Just like that, Lin Fei opened the door and took the lead to walk out quietly. So just like that, everyone came to the infrared grid again. This time, no one dared to make any big move. Fei, on the other hand, squatted down and looked at the grid in front of him. After some observation, Lin Fei finally stood up and spoke in a low voice. Many of the lines here are very low. I'm afraid Dachshund and I can't do it, so you girls have to come. Good. Hesitate point passing the invalid sticker over. Song Keda took it, and her fingers inadvertently touched Lin Fei's palm point. Feeling this, Lin Fei immediately pulled his hand back point looking at Tang Xin on the side. Fortunately she didn't notice the situation on her side. However, this does not mean that no one in the barrage noticed, and these people did not misunderstand Lin Fei at all at this time. Haha, what did I see? Keda accidentally bumped into Lin Fei. Is Lin Fei's reaction so big? Oh my. I love Lin Fei's reaction. He is such a good man. My dear, this must be because I suddenly felt guilty and then had a stress reaction. This is the reaction a good man should have. This man is really responsible. I have always had a question in my mind. Why would the wife of such a well-rounded and versatile man leave him? Yes. I now think Lin Fei's daughter is more and more lovely, and she has such a handsome father. How happy I would be if I were her speed mother. For a while, there were all kinds of comments in the barrage, and everyone put their own identities into it. Fortunately, Lin Fei didn't know these. If Lin Fei knew, who knows what he would think at that time. I guess he would have the idea of vomiting blood, right? At this time, Lin Fei and the other two looked at Song Keda so nervously. Song Keda came to the infrared grid and took a deep breath. At this time, she was also very nervous. After all, the hunter in front of her really put a lot of pressure on her. Under such great pressure, Song Keda felt a little bit of fear. As for people, they will make mistakes when they are under high tension. Looking at the dense infrared rays in front, Song Keda's movements will always make mistakes. Quickly squatting, she easily crossed the 3 infrared rays in front and saw that there was a red line in front that she needed to cross. Suddenly, Song Keda's right foot slipped inadvertently because of nervousness. Ding. Ding ding. Instantly, the alarm in the entire corridor sounded, and it was all red. Come back quickly, Lin Fei shouted without hesitation. Intruder, die. The hunter's voice sounded indifferently. Chapter 128. Tang Xin's highlight moment. Suddenly, she touched the red line. At the beginning, Song Keda still had a little bit of luck. However, when the alarm sounded, and the whole corridor was filled with red alarm lights, Song Keda broke out in cold sweat. Run. This time, using all her strength. Roar. The hunter was also roaring loudly at this time, rushing forward quickly. However, after all, the distance between Lin Fei and the others was shorter. Seeing the door in front, Song Keda used the last of her strength and rushed in directly. Dang dang dang. Listening to the dull footsteps coming from behind, Lin Fei sped up, turned around quickly, and went directly into the living room. Crack. Bang. The door was closed quickly. Lin Fei had no time to lock it. He grabbed the door handle fiercely. Lin Fei pushed hard against it. Kakaka. Bang bang bang. In just a blink of an eye, the hunter had already arrived at the door and pressed the door handle hard to pull it open. However, Lin Fei's strength was so strong that even the hunter, who was muscular, could not shake it for a while. At this time, Lin Fei seemed to use the technique of 1,000-pound weight. After the hunter pulled a few times, he found that there was no way, so he smashed the door a few times and yelled a few words before leaving. Finally left. Wasn't it so scary just now? Listening to the footsteps slowly fading away, Lin Fei let go of his hand, and Song Dachshund was also beside Lin Fei at this time. Lin Fei frowned and nodded. He now knew that the infrared grid was really too difficult. Lin Fei even thought about whether he should think of other ways to pass this level. Brother Fei, I'm sorry. When Lin Fei was thinking, Song Keda's guilty voice rang out. Hearing this, Lin Fei turned around and saw Song Keda's face. The guilt could not be concealed no matter what. Seeing this, Lin Fei smiled and waved his hand. It's okay. This is all the difficulty added to us by the program team. They will definitely not let us pass so easily. Keda, you don't have to blame yourself so much. Lin Fei's words seemed to be like a reassurance pill, which made Song Keda feel much more relaxed. Cough. And Tang Xin also coughed inadvertently at this time. Hearing this cough, Lin Fei quickly raised his head and saw Tang Xin's eyes and was helpless. Okay, scene. What? can we do? It's hard to get through if we do this. Beside him, Song Dacheng side point apparently. He was also troubled by the infrared grid point. There was no hope for the two grown men. It was really hard to get through point in that case. I'll give it a try. Tang Xin finally spoke. Zhao Xin, do you want to go? Song Ke looked at Tang Xin. Besides, even if we fail, we can come back again, Tang Xin said with a smile, squinting her eyes. Seeing this, was silent for a moment, and finally nodded. And Lin Fei also spoke seriously. Let's give it a try. There is no other way for now. Kenna, give the invalid sticker to Tang Xin. Okay. Pushed open the door, and walked out point in front of the infrared grid. Looking at the dense infrared rays in front of her, Tang Xin took a deep breath and squatted down. The infrared rays in front of her were complicated, but Tang Xin still observed them very carefully, and crossed them one by one. Such a steady pace made the audience in the live broadcast room exclaim. Wow. Tang Xin's body flexibility is too strong, right? That's right. With this flexibility, it's really easy to pass through this infrared ray. Wow. There are so many lines. I feel dazzled just by looking at them, but she can actually be so fast. As discussed, it was seen that Tang Xin only spent a few minutes, and had already walked halfway. Suddenly, Tang Xin stopped her movements. I saw that in front of me, a very low infrared ray appeared, and above it, there was another infrared ray. With such a dense crowd, it was absolutely impossible for Tang Xin to step over it. For a moment, Lin Fei and the others also discovered this situation. Isn't this too low? According to Lin Fei's estimation, this is only 30 to 40 centimeters high, which is really difficult. How can this be? The three of them stopped thinking and looked at Tang Xin with admiration. Tang Xin suddenly slid her legs apart. A split appeared immediately and Tang Xin fell directly to the side. Split sideways. Lin Fei and the others widened their eyes. And the live broadcast room was boiling because of this moment. Convincing. TSK. Seeing Tang Xin pass the infrared ray in front of him so easily, Lin Fei was satisfied. C. This is my wife. Awesome. Of course, Lin Fei was just thinking about it, and it was impossible to say it out loud. And this infrared ray was the most difficult in the entire infrared grid. For the rest, Tang Xin fully exerted her super flexibility and passed it easily. Seeing that the last infrared Tang Xin passed directly, everyone was about to exclaim. But when they thought of the sound collection device in front, they took back their words. Finally, Tang Xin breathed a sigh of relief. Standing up, looking at the two devices on the left, they were both obedient and did not make any movement. Relieved, Tang Xin looked at the hunter in front with his back to everyone. This hunter, just standing here at this time, has already put a lot of pressure on Tang Xin. Slowly, Tang Xin walked forward lightly. But if you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 129, Dead End. Now she knew that she had come here, and even if she wanted to turn back, it was basically impossible. How could a girl outrun such a fierce hunter? But fortunately, in the end, Tang Xin still had her own results. Holding the invalid sticker in her hand, Tang Xin watched as she got closer and closer to the hunter. But things didn't go as she wished. Just as Tang Xin was about to get behind the hunter, suddenly, Tang Xin's left foot lost its strength, and she suddenly fell forward. The people behind her were about to shout at this time, and covered their mouths instantly. However, Tang Xin suddenly shouted, because of such a moment. Ding ding ding. The sound device of the decibel meter immediately captured Tang Xin's voice and rang immediately. And everyone clearly saw that the hunter was about to leave. What to do? Everyone became nervous in an instant. Could it be that all the efforts Tang Xin had made before were over vain? But, at this critical moment, Tang Xin moved. Seeing that she was about to fall, Tang Xin quickly supported herself with her right hand and stood up directly. The right hand was raised quickly, and in her hand, an invalid sticker was directly attached to the hunter's back. Intruder. The hunter was about to turn around and shout, but was suddenly stuck. Instantly, because of the effect of the invalid sticker, the hunter stopped in place. After a long breath, Tang Xin almost fell to the ground. God knows what Tang Xin had just experienced. It was a critical moment. Tang Xin originally thought that she would definitely be caught by the hunter in the end. Fortunately, she succeeded, slowly stood up, and came in front of the hunter. Fortunately, I succeeded in the end. When everyone was at a loss, Tang Xin stepped forward. It was a very difficult level in itself. You can imagine the pressure Tang Xin was under. But fortunately, she lived up to his expectations in the end, and Tang Xin was still very satisfied with it. That's right. Thinking of something, Tang Xin turned around and looked at the 3 people who were nervous on the infrared side and laughed. I succeeded. What should I do next? Yeah. Suddenly, everyone cheered after hearing Tang Xin's words. For them, it was really too nervous just now. At the beginning, everyone was paying attention to Tang Xin's movements, but later, they saw Tang Xin suddenly staggered and screamed and was about to fall. Everyone knew that too loud sound would affect the decibel instrument to awaken the hunter at that time. And everyone also understood that once the hunter awakened, Tang Xin, who was within half a meter behind the hunter, would definitely be caught by the hunter at that time. Everyone clenched their fists, and everyone was worried about Tang Xin. For a moment, everyone became nervous. Fortunately, Tang Xin did such a thing in the end, and the result was presented, which made everyone feel relieved instantly. Xin sister, press that button. Song Ke reacted quickly and spoke up. Hearing this, Tang Xin nodded hurriedly, coming in front of the hunter. Looking at the button here, Tang Xin pressed it directly. This. Lin Fei and the other 2 looked at each other and walked forward. The crisis here was finally resolved. Without any danger, everyone walked without hesitation, smiled. Dude, you've worked hard. We'll be there soon. Go and have a rest. But don't stand here for 3 hours. That's too tiring. Lin Fei saw it. He clearly saw a hint of doubt in the hunter's eyes, and the corner of his mouth twitched inadvertently. Lin Fei smiled. He understood the meaning in the hunter's eyes. How can these people move so fast? This must have failed many times. Ding. 150 minutes have passed. Listening to the voice of the director team coming from nowhere, Lin Fei waved his hand and everyone walked forward. After the previous level, everyone's mentality has been tempered very well. And time. Only 2.5 hours have passed. For them, that is definitely enough. The remaining time also gave a lot of room for processing. But they didn't know that the internet had already been heated discussing Lin Fei's responsibility and Tang Xin's super flexibility. Those hot searches were also rapidly increasing their popularity. But for Lin Fei and his group, the real problem was still behind. I saw that when everyone came out of this level, they saw the outside of each bedroom. Walking in the corridor outside the bedroom, saw 2 stairs going up and down respectively. I think we should go up or down next. Covered her mouth. It became a difficulty to escape from here. Others were curious and came to Song Ke's side and looked forward. When they saw the situation ahead, everyone frowned. In front of everyone, there was a hunter on each of the 2 stairs. How could everyone get through when the hunter was guarding? Such a difficult problem made everyone feel troubled. Now, everyone had only one idea in their mind. Is this a dead end? Or is there another way? Chapter 130, Stand Up. This is everyone's only thought at this time. How can this get through? We don't have invalid stickers in our hands anymore, right? At this time, Song Dacheng looked at the hunters on the 2 stairs and found that there was no way to clear the level at all. Isn't this embarrassing? I think there should be other clues. Lin Fei showed his strong thinking ability at this moment. Bedroom. Soon, Lin Fei discovered that in one of the bedrooms, there was no open lock for the other bedrooms. Therefore, Lin Fei guessed and spoke. How about we go up to that bedroom and take a look? I think there should be clues there. But everyone nodded. Now, for them, this is probably the only way to do it. After all, it is too difficult to go up and down the stairs. So, the 4 people moved their steps and walked forward. Soon, everyone arrived at the bedroom near the stairs, opened the door and walked in. Pushing the door open and searching around, I finally found the light switch here. The door was opened and walked in. The room was very messy. The wardrobe was opened, and all kinds of clothes were scattered on the floor. People have been here before. They seem to be looking for something. Tang Xin looked at the mess in the room and analyzed it. Then there's no everyone need for us to rummage through these messy places again. As he spoke, Song Dacheng looked around and suddenly shouted the bed. Paji. After saying that, Song Dacheng lay directly on the ground. Lin Fei and the others were stunned for a moment when they saw Song Dacheng's appearance and then smiled bitterly. This kid, why don't you be so real? How can this clue be so simple? Found it. Before everyone could finish thinking, they heard Song Dacheng's cry. Now, everyone was confused. Very meow. Does it want to be that simple? The director team watching from the outside was already confused. Haha. What kind of arrangement is this? Isn't it so interesting? Can you find a claim at once? I asked. Did the program team not expect such a result? It made me laugh so hard. I found it all at once. It was so funny. Holy shit, this is so awesome. It's simply the highlight moment of Dacheng. It's over. It's over. Dacheng's IQ is online. My youth is over. Looking at the barrage in the live broadcast room, director Kyan Luo's face turned dark. What the hell? Why is his brain circuitry different? Kyan Luo was helpless. Originally, I had a good design to let them waste time on those messy things, but why? Kyan Luo was stunned. I think how perfect the original design was. The result is, director, it doesn't matter. The later levels are more difficult. Well, that's exactly what happened. Kyan Luo thought about it and nodded. Yes, there are not many levels in the back, although there aren't many. But the difficulty is really too great. Looking at the castle, the four of them had already set their sights on the card. I am the steward of this castle. Maybe this is the last thing I will say. If someone comes in to save our castle master, I hope you can succeed. In the flower pot upstairs, I worked hard to hide 2 keys. They are the key to the wine cellar downstairs and the key to the place where our wine master is hiding. After leaving the wine master is hiding cellar, there will be a hunter recall device. As long as the device is triggered, all hunters will lose their role, and the master is hiding in the wine tasting room inside the wine cellar. I hope you can help me rescue him. He has money. As long as you save him, the master will give you 1 million in charity. As for the hunters on the stairs, I have only one way to lure them away. Everyone suddenly realized that they didn't expect it to be played like this. However, the butler also said later that one person would inevitably be sacrificed. Which of us is going to lure the hunter away? Song Dacheng spoke. Everyone listened and fell into thinking. After a long time, Song Keller spoke. I'll go. I didn't do anything in the previous games. I guess I won't be of any use after that. It's better to leave you 3 behind. You, when Tang Xin heard this, she hugged Song Keller directly. She was obviously moved by Song Keller's sacrificial spirit. But, at this moment, Lin Fei spoke. I'll go. What the? Other 3 were immediately stunned. What's the situation? Lin Fei wants to sacrifice himself. Brother Fei. No. Hearing this, Song Dacheng spoke immediately. If you sacrifice yourself, what will you do? If it requires physical cooperation, that's right. Brother Fei, you are a boy. How can you go? Song Kenner also echoed. Okay. Lin Fei waved his hand directly and began to analyze. I have to go for this matter. Kenner, if you go, it's very likely that you'll be caught by the hunter before you can lure him away. And my speed is fast. I can completely get rid of it. When the time comes, I have the greatest possibility of escaping. Besides, I already have an idea. Real. Tang Xin looked at Lin Fei uncertainly. Lin Fei smiled. Of course, I still have this confidence. This. Everyone started thinking. Song Dacheng now wants to come forward to complete this matter, but he has no confidence that he can escape from it. Okay. Don't hesitate. After I lead them away, the 3 of you go upstairs to find the keys. If I don't come within 5 minutes, then everyone can go to the underground wine cellar by yourself. After saying that, Lin Fei walked out without any explanation. Lin Fei. Brother Fei. The remaining 3 people watched Lin Fei leave and wanted to say something, but there was no other way. Looking at Lin Fei again, he walked out at this moment, turned around and walked to the right. That way is exactly the way we came here. Walking step by step, Lin Fei soon came to the second level before, which was the bedroom over there. Under confusion in the live broadcast room, Lin Fei silently opened the door here, and then received the key to the room inside. After that, Lin Fei turned around, and walked back again. The audience was confused. What is Lin Fei going to do? Little did they know that what Lin Fei did next gave them a powerful visual impact point. They also truly know what it means to conquer the world with just one word. Chapter 131, Flying over eaves and walls. Walking towards the stairs, Lin Fei came to the infrared grid, which was the third level. When he came here, he saw the man in black sitting on the ground, leaning against the wall and drinking water. Hearing Lin Fei's words, the hunter curled his lips. These people are really too fast. Looking at Lin Fei, the hunter said honestly, to prevent any of you from having any accidents, I'll be on guard here. Okay, then you continue. With that, Lin Fei turned around and left. And the barrage in the live broadcast room was also guessing what Lin Fei was going to do next. I say, how exactly does Lin Fei plan to lead these two hunters away? I'm really curious. Hey, it's almost 12 o'clock. I've been watching and haven't even eaten. Isn't this too nervous? I'm really curious. Isn't Lin Fei planning to run away? My goodness, how confident is he in his speed? If he can avoid the pursuit of two people, it would be awesome. The barrage in the live broadcast room fermented little by little and focused their attention on Lin Fei. Back outside the bedroom where Tangxin and the other two were, Lin Fei made a gesture from the glass on the bedroom door to the inside. The meaning of this gesture is very simple. Pay attention to him and find the right time to set off later. Seeing Lin Fei walking towards the stairs, the three people in the door watched at this time and clenched their fists nervously. Fei must not be caught. Looking at Lin Fei again, he has already come to the stairs. First, he came to the farthest staircase, and Lin Fei leaned against the door directly. Ahem. Looking at the hunter who was facing away from him, Lin Fei coughed twice. He also clearly saw that the hunter turned around a little unexpectedly. Invasion. Alright. Before the hunter finished speaking, Lin Fei interrupted him. Hey, buddy, don't go through the process, just chase. Oh, haha. I'm dying of laughter. Does Lin Fei have to be so funny? Lin Fei, can you respect our hunters? You're making them lose face. I hope you can still laugh so confidently when you're chased. The barrage in the live broadcast room had already laughed, and the hunter, when he heard Lin Fei's words at this time, was obviously stunned. Damn, isn't this his own line? Why did he force an interruption? For a moment, the hunter didn't react. After all, this was the first time he encountered this situation. Lin Fei, seeing the hunter like this, laughed. Hey, buddy, if you don't chase me, I'll run away. Finally, the hunter reacted and took action immediately, shouting in a very orderly manner, "Intruder, die." That's right, that's it. As he spoke, Lin Fei turned and ran. Soon, Lin Fei came to the stairs next door again. Looking at the hunter at the stairs, Lin Fei smiled and waved his hand, saying with a smile, "Come, chase me." The hunter's reaction was obviously faster, and he shouted immediately, "Intruder." Before he said the word death, Lin Fei had already run quickly, and he was about to run out of the corridor, and Lin Fei stopped his steps at this time, waiting for the two hunters' speed to appear. So funny, right? You still have time to wave? Oh my god, I can already imagine what kind of torture Lin Fei will face later. I feel sorry for our NPC. It's not easy. When everyone expressed their opinions, Lin Fei had already run out of the corridor and returned to the third level again. Looking at the hunter who was still leaning against the wall, Lin Fei laughed. Good afternoon. Watching Lin Fei running away like a gust of wind, the hunter obviously didn't react. And when he saw that Lin Fei had just turned the corner, two more hunters rushed over. These two people were aggressive and moved quickly. Seeing this, the sitting hunter curled his lips. TSK, so fierce. But he didn't know that at this moment, the live broadcast room was boiling. Fuck. What did I see? Fuck. Damn, this is so easy to do. Fuck. 666. It's Really a pity that I'm uneducated. I can go around the world with just one word, fuck. Lin Fei is awesome. What happened? It actually shocked the audience so much. Lin Fei turned the corner of the third level, looked at the living room door in front and the camera on it, and suddenly smiled. Swish. Lin Fei moved instantly. He jumped up with his legs exerting force. The corridor here is 1.5 meters wide. Lin Fei's hands and feet kept moving, and in just 2 seconds, he climbed to the ground. Body was like a spider, pressing against the ceiling, silently looking down. At the same time, the production crew outside was so shocked that they couldn't speak. Fuck. Is this how to play this game? Director Kainao Luo looked at it in disbelief. Point the way. To play this game is obviously different from what he imagined. Fuck. How did it fly? Similarly, the barrage in the live broadcast room was full of fuck it. Fuck. Do you have to show off like this? Flying over the eaves and walls. Did I actually see an action movie in a variety show? Isn't this the plot in the movie? Fuck, 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 fuck. I don't know what to say anymore. Emergency help. What else can I say? Intruder. Die. Looking at the castle again, Lin Fei's limbs were pushing against the wall. At this time, he was extremely agile, and he just watched the two hunters rush over silently. The two hunters went straight through the aisle and rushed into the living room. Perfect. Lin Fei smiled in his heart. Landed, walked over, closed the door, locked it, all in one go. Pulling out the key, Lin Fei turned around. Level 3. Looking at the hunter's puzzled and shocked eyes, Lin Fei threw the key over. Your companion is locked in the living room. Remember to let him out later. The hunter felt that today was too special. What kind of guests are these? Played tricks on the hunter. How did he do it? Chapter 132. Explosive observation. In the bedroom, Lin Fei was seen leaving with the two hunters. At this point, the two hunters on the stairs had all been lured away. Looking here again, Tang Xin saw this and spoke directly. Let's go up quickly. Let Lin Fei's efforts be in vain. Everyone nodded after hearing this. So just like that, everyone opened the door and walked out, quickly heading upstairs. However, when they arrived upstairs, they were already stunned. I saw that upstairs. After passing a long corridor, I came to a room. The three people came to the room and were immediately shocked by the sight in front of them. What did the card say just now? The key is in the flower pot upstairs. This is. Song Dacheng looked at the countless small flower pots in front of him and almost cursed, but he still held it back. And everyone else had the same idea. In front of me, I saw 300 to 400 small flower pots placed vertically, and the flowers on each flower pot were very lush. Did the program team move someone else's flower garden here? Tang Xin looked at the flower pot in front of her and curled her lips. Feeling helpless, Song Keller also spoke speculatively at this time. I think there must be clues around here. As long as we find the clues, it will be very easy to find. Clue, when everyone heard this, they turned their heads and looked around. But at this moment, hey, what are you doing? Didn't you get the keys? Why are you so lazy? In an instant, after hearing such a sound, turned their heads, their expressions full of surprise. That's right, Lin Fei is here. When the three of them saw Lin Fei's appearance, their eyes were already filled with surprise. It's Brother Fei, okay? Song Dacheng looked at Lin Fei's arrival and said in astonishment. When Lin Fei heard this, his head was full of black lines. Are you still expecting something to happen to me, brother? Fei, how did you do it? Song Ken's eyes were also full of surprise. Lin Fei laughed when he heard this and said, hey, when the time comes, you can watch the live replay. Just, fuck. While talking, Lin Fei had already arrived at the door of the room. Right? No, I'm really laughing to death. How are you going to find them? Are you looking for them one by one? Isn't it too difficult? No, I laughed so much that my stomach hurt. I really didn't expect Lin Fei is stunned. Look when he came out just now. Lin Fei's expression just now was so cute, wasn't it? I laughed almost so hard that I almost passed away. The audience in the live broadcast room was already laughing. No one expected that Lin Fei's performance would be so interesting. I think the program team is messing with us. After a long time, Lin Fei finally said these words. PFFT. Hearing this, Lin Fei nodded and started observing everywhere. The structure here looks very ordinary at this time. Just like a greenhouse, the surrounding walls are very flat and have no other decorations. However, the clock on the wall made confused. At this time, 3 o'clock in the afternoon, it still stopped. That's right, the time shown is exactly 3 o'clock in the afternoon. But it seems that the clock stopped because there was no power. See the sky. Let's look for it first. I think there might be clues in the pile of boxes over there. Lin Fei pointed to the corner of the room. This was the only thing in the room besides the small flower pot and the clock point, so everyone came here and started searching point. However, after searching for 10 minutes, the search was exhaustive and no clues were found. Point this everyone made confused. Isn't it true that the program team really wants us to find them one by one? Song Dacheng walked towards the flower pots, still muttering, if we had to search one by one, it would probably take another hour. Oops. Suddenly, Song Dacheng covered his eyes. What's wrong? Lin Fei stood up and asked doubtfully. Point hearing this, Song Dacheng raised his head and spoke. Why is this ceiling leaking? Case point, this side should be the top floor, and on the ceiling, there is a hole as thick as a finger. The structure of the roof should be made of wood, thus creating the wormhole. Tang Xin analyzed and nodded. However, Lin Fei frowned at this moment. Brother Fei, what's wrong? Is there something wrong with this small hole? Lin Fei nodded. The angle of this small hole is not right. It is not straight up and down. Moreover, the passage inside is very straight, and there are some wood chips. The wood chips are very scattered, so it can be judged that this small hole should be drilled with an electric drill. What? Listening to Lin Fei's words, the people around him widened their eyes and looked at Lin Fei in disbelief. Point what Lin Fei said, is this true or false? If this is true, then Lin Fei's observation ability is really explosive. Similarly, the live broadcast room is also so surprised. This is a person's observation ability. Damn. There is a camera nearby. What can I see? I can't see anything, although I know there is something wrong with the hole. What kind of eyesight does this require? Isn't this too strong? Oh my goodness, is this Lin Fei a human? He has super strong physical ability, strong eyesight and sense of responsibility, which is really admirable. Ah, I know. Looking at Lin Fei at this time, he silently looked at the hole, as if he wanted to see through it. In an instant, Lin Fei suddenly realized, I know which flower pot has the key. Ah. Everyone was stunned when they heard Lin Fei's words. What's the situation? You know it now. What's going on? Chapter 133, Wine Cellar. Song Dacheng looked at Lin Fei, who looked confident, and immediately became anxious. Lin Fei smiled at this time. It's very simple. In fact, we can guess that, since this small hole is artificial, it means that this setting must be useful. And we can also see, now that the sunlight shines in, and shines on the ground. In other words, the flower pot that the sunlight shines on is the one with the key. Ah. Everyone was confused, and it took a long time for them to react. Song Kenna was pouting cutely and observing, and finally spoke, but now the sunlight is shining on the ground, isn't it still useless? Brother Fei, did you analyze it wrong? Of course not. Lin Fei smiled confidently. Pointed to the clock on the wall. This clock is an important clue to the flower pot. You mean Tang Xin was quick-witted and quickly reacted and spoke quickly. You mean the sun shines in at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, and wherever it shines is where it is. That's right. Lin Fei smiled with satisfaction, his eyes full of approval. But Song Dacheng spoke. It's only a little after 12 o'clock now, right? Do we have to wait until after 3 o'clock? Of course not. Lin Fei pointed to the high window in front. This window tells us the direction. After speaking, Lin Fei came to the window and looked outside. Now, the direction I'm rushing towards should be the south. So in this case, at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun should be 60 or 70 degrees to my right, which means Lin Fei suddenly turned around and quickly came to the bottom of the hole, which was the edge of the flower pot area. Judging the direction, gesturing with both hands, Lin Fei pointed to the flower pot in front. That means the key should be in these 4 flower pots. Really? When Everyone heard this. They were immediately delighted and hurried to the front, each holding a flower pot, and began to search. The whole flower pot was poured out. And finally, it's here with me. It's really there. It's really there. Song Dacheng shouted happily. Everyone looked over and saw that he was holding 2 keys in his hand. Seeing this, was happy, and at the same time, their eyes could not hide their admiration for Lin Fei. This Lin Fei is too strong. What kind of observation and thinking ability is this? Such a tedious level was solved so easily, and in the barrage, the shock was no less than Lin Fei and his friends. Damn. Is this a second pass? Damn, when did this game become so simple? It's not that the program is simple, but Lin Fei's observation is really amazing. Is this Lin Fei so strong? Just a few clues are connected so quickly. Now, I'm still shocked by Lin Fei's ability to judge holes at the beginning. Isn't this too strong? Similarly, the staff of the program group also exclaimed at this time. Isn't this Lin Fei too strong? Yes, he was able to find such small evidence, which was a great luck, but being able to analyze it so quickly is not something that can be done easily. Lin Fei is so handsome. How can he know everything? I think Tang Xin is also great. Just now at the 3rd level, Tang Xin's body flexibility really helped a lot. Yes, Tang Xin is indeed our national goddess. It's really great. Hearing such words, Qian Luo's head was full of black lines. Damn, these people are so crazy. However, at this time, he was also very crazy surprised. For the game session of the whole program, they had already arranged for the uninformed staff to experience it once, and it was not that fast at all. And their final clearance time took nearly 7 hours now. Lin Fei and his team have only spent more than 3 hours to reach the last level. This made Qian Luo admire him. Lin Fei is really amazing. He naturally knew that Lin Fei and Tang Xin played a big role in this. These 2 people are really amazing. However, Qian Luo also laughed. After all, such a high energy picture, he believed that it would definitely attract heated discussions later. By that time, it would still be their program that would benefit. This is a good thing. Thinking of this, Qian Luo turned his eyes to the various camera screens in front of him. I saw that Lin Fei and the others left here. Brother Fei, your performance just now was simply too eye-catching, right? This judgment ability, I'm really convinced. Walking on the road, Song Dacheng looked at Lin Fei with a face full of admiration. Haha. Lin Fei laughed. It's not that you just suddenly discovered the hole, otherwise, I would not have discovered the secret so quickly. In the end, it is still your credit. Listening to Lin Fei's words, Song Dacheng laughed. And just like that, everyone walked forward with laughter. When they arrived at the stairs, everyone's pace slowed down a little. After all, no one knows whether they will encounter hunters again. On the wall were flickering. Everyone came to the underground floor looking at the iron door in front of them, with the key hanging on it, slowly approached. Dada. Beside the door, everyone heard the messy footsteps inside. There are hunters inside, Lin Fei said softly. Everyone nodded, approached cautiously, came to the door, and looked inside. Soon, everyone saw King crossing inside. A total of 8 hunters. So many, brother Fei. Look, Song Dacheng pointed to the distance. Lin Fei looked, and soon saw a frosted glass door in the distance. The sunlight could be vaguely seen on the door, adding a bit of light to the dim basement. But, it's hard to get through, Lin Fei asked everyone to retreat. Leaning against the wall, Lin Fei spoke. This wine cellar is very large, with 5 rows of aisles, and the door over there is at least 50 meters away from us. In other words, our mission is to get rid of the hunters within these 50 meters, and then successfully open the door and press the device. This chapter 134, Parker in the wine cellar. After hearing Lin Fei's words, fell silent. Everyone thought about the situation in the wine cellar and had only one idea. This task is too difficult. There were 8 hunters in total. Facing so many hunters in such a small space was extremely difficult for everyone. Well, I think we need to cooperate with each other, Song Dacheng said speculatively. This may be the only way. I just don't know how these hunters will catch them later. This is a question that everyone needs to consider. No, it's too much trouble, as A result. Lin Fei's words rang out. Point after hearing Lin Fei's words, people around him expressed doubts. What does this mean? Song Ke asked in confusion. Brother Fei, what do you mean? Myself. What? Lin Fei's words were shocking, making everyone confused. Tang Xin looked even more surprised. You go by yourself? You know, those are 8 hunters. If you go by yourself, isn't that a sheep entering a tiger's mouth? A sheep entering a tiger's mouth? That's not necessarily true. What if a tiger enters a flock of sheep? You have to be in your own strength. That's right. Isn't this too disrespectful to us hunters? This Lin Fei, I had a pretty good impression of him before. Why is he so arrogant now? Hey, Lin Fei, you said you perform so well normally. Why did you become so rampant in the final stage? It's true that people can't be judged by their appearance. It's no wonder that I had such a good impression of Lin Fei before. However, Lin Fei naturally didn't know about these barrages at this time. Lin Fei looked at the people around him and smiled. Hey, why are you looking at me like this? Trust me. Besides, I'll try it first. If it doesn't work, I'll come back. If things go wrong, Brother Fei, you might not be able to come back. Song Dacheng spoke worriedly. That's right. The other 2 women echoed. After all, it was very difficult to pass the previous levels, and they also knew how scary the hunter was. Now, Lin Fei actually said that he would try this level independently. It's not that everyone doesn't believe in Lin Fei, but the opponent is really too strong. Haha, believe me. Lin Fei smiled. After estimating the time, Lin Fei spoke. Okay, I guess it's almost 1 o'clock. Let's finish it quickly. I still need to eat. With that said, Lin Fei took out the 2 keys from upstairs from his pocket. Seeing the name of the wine tasting room on it, Lin Fei took it off directly and handed it to Song Dacheng. After a while, when all these hunters are ineffective, you can go rescue the castle master. While talking, Lin Fei turned around and left. Hey, Brother Fei, everyone suddenly exclaimed. But at this moment, everyone suddenly heard more rapid footsteps. Oops. Everyone's shouting actually alerted the hunters outside. However, Lin Fei had already walked out. He had already arrived in front of the door. Seeing the hunter approaching, Lin Fei raised the corner of his mouth and opened the door directly. And it was this smile that was clearly captured by the audience in the live broadcast room. For a time, had only one idea. Could it be that? Is Lin Fei really confident? But how is this possible? That's 1 vs 8. This is not just playing house. Could it be that Lin Fei can really do it? Absolutely impossible. This is everyone's only thought at this time. But then, Lin Fei used his own strength to clearly hit in the face. Crack. I saw Lin Fei gently turning the key of the iron door. Soon, the iron door opened, and Lin Fei walked out calmly. Brother Fei, don't go. Beside the wall, Song Dacheng and the others tried their best to call Lin Fei back, but found that Lin Fei had already walked out. Forget it. I'm going out to attract the hunters' attention. Moved. The 3 people behind him listened and also made similar movements to go out to support Lin Fei. However, when the 3 of them arrived behind the iron gate, they were suddenly stunned. It's Brother Fei, a monster? Song Dacheng said aloud in surprise. I saw that Lin Fei had already walked into the wine cellar. Seeing the 8 hunters rushing towards him, Lin Fei adjusted his clothes slightly. Intruder, die. This sentence was said by all 8 people, which was really impressive. The footsteps of the 8 people were very rapid, and they were approaching quickly. Lin Fei was in the middle aisle. Finally, he saw a hunter rushing over quickly, right in front of Lin Fei. On the left and right sides of Lin Fei, there were also hunters approaching, and these hunters were in a state of chasing and blocking. If ordinary people saw this, it would be really difficult to escape from it. But, don't forget that this is Lin Fei. Who? Lin Fei's lips and teeth moved slightly, and he shouted loudly in an instant. With his legs slightly bent, Lin Fei's figure suddenly rose from the ground, and his hands also grabbed the wine barrel in front of him. This wine barrel was stacked together, with a height of 1.5 meters. However, Lin Fei's action actually sent himself to the wine barrel. When he came here, Lin Fei shrank his body, and saw that the hunters around him were obviously stunned. Lin Fei smiled. The game of cat and mouse has begun. Swish. Lin Fei moved, his body like a monkey, and rushed out of the wooden barrel under him in an instant. Seeing that he came directly to the wine barrel in front, Lin Fei turned quickly, crossed the crosswalk directly, jumped onto the wine barrel on the left, and then jumped down quickly. Ding ding ding. Lin Fei's feet quickly turned around, and he exploded on the ground in an instant, running forward for a distance of 5 meters. Intruder, die. Seeing a hunter coming towards him in front of Lin Fei moved again. When everyone saw Lin Fei's next move, their eyes widened immediately. Is this Parker in the wine cellar? Do you want to show off like this? Chapter 135. Two people with no sense of existence. Brush. Bang. Bang. In an instant, Lin Fei took 3 big steps and stood up. Lin Fei's right hand quickly hit the barrel. Taking advantage of this situation, Lin Fei's body rose up again. Seeing this, Lin Fei arrived on top of the barrel. But next, Lin Fei stepped hard on the barrel with his right foot. Holy shit. Song Dacheng, who was watching from behind, didn't care whether it was a show or not, and immediately uttered a curse word. This is awesome. Does Lin Fei want to be so strong? Lin Fei stepped on the barrel and quickly flipped forward, overturning the hunter in front of him. Well, the hunters were stunned. What just happened? Very meow. Is this a movie? Aren't you a singer? Can you play this? Seeing Lin Fei running as fast as a cheetah, the hunter forgot his duties for a moment. What the hell? What am I looking at? Lin Fei, is he kidding me? Do you want to be so strong? Now, I know that what Lin Fei said before was already so easy. He is a perfect match. Oh my god, I said before that Lin Fei was too confident, but now it seems. I won't say it anymore. I'm going to become a fan. This front flip is so cool. The body is as light as a monkey. In an instant, the barrage in the live broadcast room was boiling. At this moment, everyone was completely shocked by Lin Fei. This Lin Fei is simply too showy. While looking at the castle, a group of hunters looked at Lin Fei's appearance and shouted. They obviously didn't expect that Lin Fei would be so ferocious. But now, when everyone saw Lin Fei escaping like this, they suddenly felt that their dignity as a hunter had been mocked. As a result, everyone shouted and ran quickly towards Lin Fei. The dazed hunter finally reacted and moved quickly, showing off his explosive power and chasing after him quickly. However, Lin Fei had already run more than half of the distance at this time point. Seeing that in front of the road on the right was the exit door, Lin Fei once again showed his strong strength. With a diagonal jump, Lin Fei stepped on the barrel on the left with his left foot, and his body instantly shot diagonally to the right. The wooden barrel on the left side was almost turned over because of Lin Fei's strong strength. Fortunately, there was still a lot of wine in it. Such a weight gave Lin Fei a powerful leverage. Snapped. Brush. On top of the barrel, Lin Fei quickly clapped his hands and actually rolled forward on top of the barrel. After rolling forward, Lin Fei was light and landed directly on the ground. Intruder, die. The hunters were chasing after him crazily, but it was too late. I saw Lin Fei speeding up again, deep into his pocket with his right hand, and took out the key here. Crack. Fei feel very comfortable. Looking up, I saw an upward slope outside. At the end of the slope, there was a device on the ground. Looking at the big red button above, Lin Fei chuckled. I succeeded. Turning his head, Lin Fei saw the hunter behind him who was still 10 meters away from him. He clearly saw the disbelief in the hunter's eyes. Bye. Lin Fei smiled, waved his hand, and ran away. Snapped. Laugh. Lin Fei immediately flapped the device in front of him, and the jet device next to him also worked simultaneously. Hunter device shut down. Wine cellar again. Looking at the 3 people on the other side of the iron gate who were still stunned and surprised, Lin Fei was helpless. I said, I saved someone. Lin Fei smiled bitterly. Is this successful? Everyone reacted from surprise point listening. Lin Fei shrugged point, and just like that, everyone came to the wine tasting room and rescued the castle owner without any danger outside. In front of the castle, Song Dacheng curled his lips when he saw that the director team in front of him also had expressions of shock and disbelief. Why do I feel like I have no sense of existence today? Me too, Song Killer said similarly aggrievedly on the side. Looking at Lin Fei and Tang Xin, they were laughing loudly while listening. The same is true in barriers. This is it over? What happened? Why do I feel like I haven't seen anything? What? Haven't you seen yet? This is so special. Today is simply Tang Xin and Lin Fei's personal show. I feel sorry for Song Dacheng and Song Killer. These two people are just here to run with me today. They have no sense of existence at all. I suddenly realized that if Lin Fei and Tang Xin were together, they would be a perfect match. These two are really too strong. Hey, everyone, look at the time. It's less than 4 hours. This is the first time this show has gone so fast, right, director? Colonel Yuo's brows jumped when he saw the words in the barrage. 3 hours and 40 minutes. He even doubts himself now. Is the difficulty of this game too low? But after thinking about it, no. It's Lin Fei and Tang Xin who are too strong. A feeling of powerlessness emerged in his heart, and Colonel Yuo also admired Lin Fei's final performance. Similarly, he also believes that with Lin Fei and Tang Xin's performance today, the popularity of their program will definitely increase a lot. Looking at the 4 people and the fort master in front of him, Colonel Yuo spoke. Everyone, congratulations on completing this challenge. Your time is, Colonel Yuo said sentence by sentence, and the surprised expressions in the eyes of the surrounding staff were evident. These people are really strong. Thank you all for your hard work today. We will take a short break, and at 3 o'clock, we will go to the hotel to have dinner together. Good. Lin Fei and the others nodded. This show is finally over. Oh, I still feel that I have no sense of existence. Song Dacheng walked beside Lin Fei, still muttering, and Lin Fei kept smiling as he listened. This is the power of mastery of body skills, which allowed Lin Fei to shine in the final level, which made Lin Fei very satisfied. I don't blame Song Dacheng for not having a sense of existence. I can only blame myself for being too strong. Brother Fei, you're awesome. At this moment, Xiao Bei walked over. I have something to discuss with you. What's up? If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 136, Lin Fei's Thoughts. With that said, Lin Fei and Xiao Bei got into the show cruise car. This time the return trip was relatively faster. Everyone returned to the hotel after 40 minutes. In the room, Xiao Bei was still shocked by Lin Fei's performance before. Holy crap. Brother Fei, your performance today was too impressive, wasn't it? Damn it, I really didn't expect it. With your behavior, you have no idea how many words I said while watching from the outside. It's really a shame that I'm uneducated. I can take the world by saying F***ck. I don't even know what words to use to describe you. However, you have suffered a lot from Song Dacheng and Song Killer. It's really difficult for these two people. I came to participate in the show well, but because of the highlight moments of you and Sister Tang Xin, they have no sense of existence. It's like the staff. No, the hunters are more useful than the two of them. Haha, as he said this, Xiao Bei burst into laughter as for Lin Fei. His head was covered with black lines at this time. Didn't you tell me to show off more? Well, Xiao Bei was stunned for a moment. Yes, Xiao Bei slapped his thigh and spoke as if he was ashamed. Hey, I should have told Brother Fei to give them some shots, but we definitely won't lose this time. Now, haha, are you satisfied? This is not enough for me, Lin Fei smiled. Yes, this is still very dissatisfying to him. Lin Fei naturally saw it on the way back just now. On Weibo, there are 3 hot searches. Lin Fei's popularity soared again. Lin Fei only had one idea about this. If Zhang Qiang sees so many hot searches, will he vomit blood again? Lin Fei felt like laughing when he thought of such an interesting scene. However, Lin Fei felt that this was not enough. Correct. Suddenly thinking of something, Lin Fei looked at Xiao Bei in front of him and asked aloud. When you just came back, didn't you say you had something to say? Yes, Fei, about the show, and I forgot about the real thing. Saying that, Zioba looked serious and continued to speak. It's like this. I just received a call from the Singers Road program team. They want to buy the copyright of Your Love Is Just One Word. Oh, why? Lin Fei was slightly surprised yet. Why not sell it? Zioba pouted. If you buy it, they will compete with you with this song. Don't forget, you are also a guest in the next episode, which is the last episode. By then, if you successfully compete in the gym, you will enter the finals. If you sell the copyright to someone else, if you lose the competition, wouldn't you be defeated by your own song? What's this? Unexpectedly, Lin Fei spoke at this time. If I can't beat others singing my own songs, why should I participate in the competition? Hearing Lin Fei's words, Zioba was a little and didn't understand what Lin Fei meant. Brother Fei? What do you mean? What do you think? Why can't I understand you? Hi, Lin Fei smiled. It's very simple. Just sell the song copyright to them. When the time comes, can't I just go there with the new song? Oh, what? New song? Brother Fei, do you have a new song? When was it composed? Secret. Lin Fei smiled. For him, isn't there plenty of songs? In the previous Earth, there were countless popular songs in the music library. Lin Fei can't guarantee anything else, but the thing that is most indispensable is singing. Looking at Zioba, Lin Fei smiled confidently. Just contact the program team and sell them this song. We will bring the new song when the time comes. Brother Fei, are you sure? Failed to kick the gym. However, Lin Fei saw Zioba's expression and naturally understood what Zioba was thinking. Thinking about it, Lin Fei smiled confidently. Don't worry, I'm sure of my decision. Just do as I say. This, alright. After a long time, Zioba finally nodded. Although he felt helpless in every possible way, Zioba had no choice but to agree after hearing what Lin Fei said. After all, Lin Fei is his own boss, so Zioba took out his mobile phone and directly called the program team of Singer's Journey. Hello. Do you want to be a singer? Yes, yes, yes. Lin Fei's copyright of Love Is Just a Word can be sold to you for the recording of the 12th program. Yes, yes. Then, let's wait until Monday. Lin Fei and I will go there on Monday and sign the relevant agreement. Okay, okay. See you on Monday. Finally, Zioba hung up the phone. Looking at Lin Fei, Zioba nodded. Brother Fei, everything is done. On Monday, we will give them the copyright of this song. But, Zioba still spoke with some uncertainty. Brother Fei, are you sure you really have a new song to participate in the show? Of course. You kid. Is it possible that I would lie to you about this? Lin Fei looked helpless. This kid is really too worried. Point of course. He doesn't know his little secrets. It's impossible for him to know. Point. So, what Lin Fei thought in his heart. Point. When the time comes, as long as he chooses a very suitable song, it will be enough. So just like this, after Lin Fei comforted Zioba, he sent the latter away. Point. After washing up, Lin Fei sat in the living room watching TV. The system has not signed in once. Do you want to sign in? Damn, Lin Fei was helpless. I forgot about this extraction. Oh, hearing this, Lin Fei smiled immediately. Point. I was thinking about what song to sing when I participated in the program. Point. Now it's alright. Lin Fei already had a perfect idea in his mind. Chapter 137. Someone confessed. And soon, the next day came just like that. Early in the morning, the door was knocked. Opening the door, it was Zioba who came in. Zioba, at this time, came in with breakfast in his hand, laughing. Brother Fei, it's time for breakfast. Kid, why do you have this expression? Damn, why do I always feel that you have bad intentions? Hey, hearing Lin Fei's words, Zioba was immediately unhappy. Brother Fei, how can you say that about your agent? How can I say that I have bad intentions? Okay. Days. So I thought, I haven't been here yet. I want to go out for a walk. Damn. When Lin Fei heard this, he immediately gave middle finger in contempt. What the hell did you tell me about going out for a walk? Go ahead. I'm not asking you to be there all the time. Lin Fei was helpless. This Zioba was really too cautious. I'm not a boss who exploits employees. How can I not give employees freedom? Okay, when Xiaobei heard this, he was relieved. Brother Fei, do you want to go with me? I won't go. I have that time. Isn't it good to take a rest? I have to record the program again in a few days. I don't have the energy like you. That's fine. Xiaobei nodded. Brother Fei, I'll be out in a minute. I'll be back tomorrow night. Then, the day after tomorrow, which is Monday morning, we'll go to the program crew. Fortunately, the recording of the Singers Road is also in Shacheng City, in the TV studio here. When the time comes, we can go there, to report in the morning. Okay, this is much more convenient. Okay, you go. Lin Fei laughed. When Xiaobei heard this, he was obviously stunned, then picked up 2 buns, and turned to leave. While walking, Xiaobei was still muttering, "Humph. What kind of boss is this? Simply a living treasure." Since the time when Lin Fei and Xiaobei met, he had some understanding. This person is really fun. And just like that, Xiaobei left, and only Lin Fei was left in the hotel. These 2 days were a rare leisure time for Lin Fei. However, until Saturday night, Lin Fei encountered something that made him very embarrassed. After watching TV and browsing Weibo all day in the hotel, Lin Fei was very bored. So, in the evening, Lin Fei decided to go out for a walk. After leaving the hotel and taking a taxi, Lin Fei went directly to the night market. Lin Fei found a relatively quiet food stall and walked in. Because it was night, Lin Fei was still wearing a mask, so no one could recognize him. Began to enjoy it quietly. "Hello, is there anyone here?" As a result, Lin Fei had just finished eating when he heard a voice. Hearing this, Lin Fei looked up in confusion. Seeing that, a woman appeared in front of him. The woman had a sweet look, big eyes, long eyelashes, and blinked, making people feel very cute. There was no one here. But Lin Fei turned his head and looked around. This place is not so popular. There are a total of 20 tables, and at least 10 are vacant now. Are you afraid of light? Pouting, Lin Fei pointed to the surroundings. Aren't there still many seats over there? But there is no you at the other tables. Lin Fei just wanted to say that he wanted to eat quietly, but the woman choked Lin Fei with a word and he couldn't say anything. What's going on? Lin Fei was a little confused. He felt that this matter was not that simple. Lin Fei was a person who hated troubles. He didn't want to see some unnecessary troubles appear, so Lin Fei was going to continue to refuse. Who would have thought that before Lin Fei could continue to say anything, the woman sat down unceremoniously. "You, Lin Fei was a little confused. What on earth was this woman doing? The woman ignored Lin Fei's words and turned around to call the waiter. "Hello, please make me one of the same dishes that this gentleman ordered." "Okay, ma'am." After ordering, the woman just sat there and looked at Lin Fei. This look stunned Lin Fei. He always felt as if he was being seen through. This feeling was very uncomfortable. Lin Fei curled his lips and simply stopped asking and continued to eat. Lin Fei's idea was very simple. Finish eating early, leave early. There is something wrong with this woman. It's a big problem. The best strategy is to run away. It's not advisable to stay here for long. However, things went against his wishes. Just when Lin Fei was about to finish eating, the woman's meal was served. Bang! The woman opened a beer, took a sip, and then slapped it on the table. This time, he looked at a helpless look. I never expected it. Lin Fei just thought about the countless possibilities of this woman coming here in his mind. But he didn't expect that this woman was going to confess to him. Lin Fei panicked. What was this girl going to do? Was she crazy? You haven't even eaten yet, and you've already drunk so much. Just a sip of beer. Lin Fei's head was full of black lines. "You're the one who drank too much." The woman looked at Lin Fei's stunned expression and was helpless. She rolled her eyes at Lin Fei, and her expression was full of charm. Generally speaking, if others saw this, they would definitely be amazed by the woman's coquettishness. But Lin Fei was a man with a child. How could his feelings for Tangxin be pried open by a beautiful woman's confession? Chapter 138, Jealous Tangxin. Lin Fei interrupted the woman quickly. "I said, you may have really drunk too much. It's true that I'm Lin Fei, but you came here and said you like me. What do you think? That's what I think. The woman pouted and said cutely, "My name is Zumimi. I'm your fan. Since you released your new song, I have been deeply fascinated by you. Yes, I just like you. Lin Fei, I have always wanted to come to you to confess, but I have never had the chance." Even hearing Zumimu's hesitation, Lin Fei was immediately confused. What is this girl going to do to him again? Who would have thought that the next scene would almost make Lin Fei's heart stop? Damn, I can't stand it. Zumimu took another sip of beer and stood up. Reaching into her pocket, the woman took out a small red box. Seeing this, Lin Fei suddenly had an ominous premonition in his heart. Point as expected. Lin Fei, I like you. I have liked you for a long time. Marry me. The latter was not moved at all. Point. Lin Fei looked at it. This is not hard to eat. Then let's try soft. Girl, you are too irrational. How can you give yourself to someone just because of a song? This is irresponsible to yourself. And I have a family. I have a daughter. I don't care. Cute. I can support her. Don't worry. My family runs a company. I have money. Even if you don't sing or act anymore, I can support you for life. How many dishes did you drink like this? Looking at Zumimi, Lin Fei finally managed to say this. This girl is absolutely crazy. Hey? Him so much. Oh my god. It's really Lin Fei. He is my idol. No, I have to post this video online. Hearing the shouts of people around him, Lin Fei frowned immediately. Someone recognized him. This was nothing to him. But now, this is a rumor. This girl is confessing to him. If things are allowed to ferment, it is very likely that Lin Fei will usher in a wave of rumors. For others, gossip may still increase the heat. But Tang Xin's figure appeared in Lin Fei's mind. Oh my goodness. No, this place can't stay. Lin Fei, promise me. At this moment, Zumimu's voice sounded again. And the people around also took out their mobile phones and shouted loudly. Promise her. Promise her. Promise your sister. Lin Fei shouted wildly in his heart. Looking at Zumimu's expectant expression in front of him, Lin Fei was helpless. Girl, I wish you happiness. Wallet, swish. Lin Fei moved. Without hesitation, Lin Fei saw that there was no one outside the 1-meter high fence in front of him, and with a quick jump, he turned over and rushed out of here. Wow. Ran. I can't prove to you whether I'm a man or not. I'm married, although I haven't remarried yet. Huh. At 11 o'clock in the evening, Lin Fei lay on the bed in the hotel. Smoking a cigarette, Lin Fei looked distressed. What is going on? I just wanted to have a good meal, and I encountered this. It seems that the rumors on the internet that so many stars are often confessed by fans are not false. I hope it won't be on the hot search tomorrow. Opening Weibo and seeing the topic of his own tonight, Lin Fei went to bed anxiously. Ring, ring, ring. The next day, early in the morning, Lin Fei was awakened by the ringing of his mobile phone. Who? Drowsily, Lin Fei picked up the phone. When he saw the words Tang Xin on it, Lin Fei woke up instantly. It's over. Nervously, Lin Fei sat up and cautiously answered the WeChat call. Hello, wife. You. What do you mean by me, Tang? Xin said sourly. Dear, I heard that someone confessed to you. What? Was finally came. Lin Fei felt helpless. This girl, she is jealous. Wife, I didn't agree. Didn't you see the video? I ran faster than anyone else. I almost ran my shoes off. Puff. Hearing Lin Fei's joke, Tang Xin's mood improved immediately, and her jealousy also decreased a little. That Lin Fei continued his boring life. He didn't dare to go out now. It's so scary outside. Lin Fei roared wildly in his heart. At 8 o'clock in the evening, Xiao Bei came back. He came with midnight snacks, and Xiao Bei laughed wildly when he entered the door. Haha. Brother Fei, you are awesome. You are really a big shot. Just going out for a meal at night, you can be confessed by fans? Awesome. Down the midnight snack, Xiao Bei looked wretched. Hey? I said, that girl is pretty. Why don't you agree? Get lost. Lin Fei hit Xiao Bei on the back of his head with a slap, which made Xiao Bei look aggrieved. You kid, you only know how to tease me, don't you? Go back to your room and have a rest. I'll eat this midnight snack by myself. Don't. Brother Fei, do you think it's easy for me? I came all the way back to give you delicious food. Let's eat together. Looking at Xiaoba eating without any hesitation, Lin Fei's head was full of black lines. But, Brother Fei, although your incident has been on the hot search, everyone is more concerned about your on-the-spot reaction and has not paid attention to other things. Of course, it's because you didn't mess up anything that shouldn't have happened. Get lost. Lin Fei went berserk. Chapter 139. Arrival at the program team. The next day, at 9 o'clock in the morning, sitting in a taxi, Lin Fei still asked the doubts in his heart. As for Xiaoba, listening to this, he was also laughing. Brother Fei, you still don't have a correct judgment on your own influence. Lin Fei stopped talking. He always felt that his influence was not very great. After all, Lin Fei has set his sights on a very high status, so in Lin Fei's opinion, his current status is really a misjudgment point. So just like that, Lin Fei stopped talking and silently waited for the arrival of his destination point. Finally, the two people arrived at the door of the TV station. Hello, are you Mr. Lin Fei? Just after getting out of the car and arriving at the door of the TV station, Lin Fei and Xiaoba saw a woman standing here. The woman saw the appearance of the two men and quickly stepped forward. She might not know Xiaoba yet, but she was really familiar with Lin Fei. Recently, Lin Fei's popularity on the internet has really remained high. So, as soon as Lin Fei's handsome face appeared, the woman had already locked onto him in time. And soon, Lin Fei and two others also came close. Hello, I'm Lin Fei. Hello Mr. Lin. The woman smiled and nodded. Hello Mr. Lin, I'm the receptionist of the Singers Road program team. I'm very happy that you can come to our program. Mr. Lin, why don't we go in now? Say about this. After all, for him, this was the purpose of coming here, and there was nothing to shirk. Lin Fei was a little surprised when he walked into the Shacheng City TV station and saw the simple and elegant design inside. I didn't expect that this place would be so beautiful. The TV station was divided into countless areas. Soon, the two of them took the elevator and headed upstairs. We arrived at the 10th floor, which is a large studio. After arriving here, the three of them walked out. Mr. Lin, this is our rest area. Our guests and relevant personnel from the program team will be here during the preparation of the program. And turn around in front, which is our studio. Our studio is one of the few largest studios in the station. The entire studio is large enough to accommodate more than 1,500 people watching at the same time. And the day after tomorrow, Mr. Lin, you will perform on such a stage. Lin Fei nodded silently. I don't know why, but Lin Fei felt a little nervous when he thought that more than 1,500 people would come to watch the situation on his side. This tension comes from the first experience. After all, Lin Fei had never faced so many people watching live before. Regarding this, Lin Fei estimated that it might take a long time for him to adapt. Mr. Lin, I will take you to the chief director's office. Director Hang is already here. Good. Dang, come in. Hearing the response from inside, the girl opened the door and motioned for Lin Fei and the others to go in. Seeing this, the two stepped in. I saw a gentleman sitting at his desk in the office, looking at the script process. This person is the director of the singer's career. His name is Hang Mingtang. Hearing the footsteps, Hang Mingtang raised his head. Seeing Hang Mingtang approaching, Lin Fei smiled and shook his hand. Director Hang, I'm a little flattered by you doing this. Hey, what are you talking about? I'm just a director. You singers are the ones who work hard. You deserve this. Come on, come and sit down. But the three of them took their one seats after another are busy too, so let's talk as soon as possible. If we need to prepare anything, you can arrange it. Oh, haha, Hang Mingtang was obviously taken aback and then burst into laughter. You really make people feel different. It seems that the hot search the night before yesterday really fits your personality. Hang Mingtang obviously didn't expect Lin Fei to be so decisive. Hang Mingtang is also a person who likes to be more direct. For a while, I had a very good impression of Lin Fei. Well, when Lin Fei heard this, he was instantly embarrassed. After now knows, but fortunately, I'm dedicated. Lin Fei smiled. Hi. We also know that director Han must be busy during this period. After all, it is already the last episode of the program to be recorded. But, Lin Fei, everyone finally asked the doubts in his heart. Director Han, I'm surprised. Why did you invite me? After all, I have only released one single. Haha, I knew your kid would ask that. Han Mingtang looked like I knew it. Although you only have one single, the number of plays of this single in just a few days is enough to exceed the total number of songs by many well-known singers. How can I not invite such a popular singer? But in the end, I'm quite curious. You said you will sing a new song in this episode. I wonder what the new song is like. You will know when the time comes. Lin Fei deliberately kept it a secret and did not explain anything about his new song. Oh, haha, okay. Hearing this, Han Mingtang was obviously stunned. He did not expect that he would be outmaneuvered by Lin Fei, and this made Han Mingtang even more curious. But since Lin Fei did not want to say it, he naturally could not ask further. Anyway, he would know tomorrow. So, Han Mingtang took out 2 documents from the drawer and handed them to Lin Fei. I'm older than you, so I'll call you Zhao Fei for now. Is 300,000, and the other is the copyright fee for your song in the competition the day after tomorrow, which is 150,000. If there is no problem, just sign it, and the program team has also arranged a hotel for you to rest. Tomorrow afternoon, I will call you in advance to make an appointment. At that time, you come over, and we will have a rehearsal relevant. Okay, take the contract, check it carefully. There is no problem. Lin Fei signed his name. Smiling and standing up, handing back the contract, Lin Fei stretched out his hand. Director Han, I wish us a happy cooperation. Happy cooperation. I wish you a successful start. Chapter 140. Another invitation from the production team. The next day, point in the hotel, arranged by the program team, Lin Fei was sitting in front of the sofa and familiarizing himself with the song he was going to perform in point. Lin Fei thought carefully about the whole song and finally chose this song. He believed that if his song was sung in the last episode, it would have a different feeling. This, Lin Fei took it out. At first glance, it was director Han Mingtang's phone number. Yesterday, the two had already seen each other and left each other's phone numbers. At this time, Lin Fei saw the director calling and didn't know what to do. Thinking about it, Lin Fei picked up. Hello, Director Han. Good morning. What's the reason for calling me? This afternoon, I have arranged for you to come for a rehearsal from 3 to 5 in the afternoon. Then, let's go through the process first. After that, you can communicate with our band teachers and rehearse in advance. Oh, that's a good feeling. Ugh. I looked at the time, and it was only 10:30. Thinking about it, Lin Fei smiled. Okay. Director Han, I will arrive at our performance hall at 3 o'clock on time. When the rehearsal is over in the evening, we will go have a meal. It will be lunchtime after we finish. Haha, okay, then I'll be disrespectful. Han Mingtang himself is not the kind of person who doesn't give face. For a person like Lin Fei, Han Mingtang also wants to get acquainted with him. Point after all, this Lin Fei is really a genius, just like the conversation between the two yesterday. Point in fact, this program will definitely not invite a singer like Lin Fei who only has one famous song. Point however, Lin Fei's strength was really too strong. Point up to now, Lin Fei was like a rocket rising crazily, and his popularity seemed to have reached a level that many celebrities could not reach. And it is precisely because of this kind of popularity that Lin Fei is treated like this. Han Mingtang is the director, so he naturally considers everything for the program team. As a popular singer like Lin Fei, if he can participate in their show, he will naturally become an eye-catcher. Han Mingtang also learned yesterday that Lin Fei will come with a new song this time. Due to the popularity of Lin Fei's first song, it has completely reached the point where everyone knows it. In this regard, Han Mingtang can be said to be even more looking forward to Lin Fei's new song. He was thinking that if Lin Fei's new songs would still be like this by then one can imagine how much attention their program would receive as a premiere place for Lin Fei's new songs. This is the most right thing Han Mingtang feels he has done in so many years. Dang dang dang. And soon, while Lin Fei was thinking, there was a knock on the door. Coming. Reacting quickly, Lin Fei put away the music score, then stood up and opening the door. It was Xiaoba who was at the door. Looking at Xiaoba, Lin Fei greeted him with a smile and invited him into the room. Brother Fei, did Director Han call you? Beat it. Lin Fei nodded. Director Han just called me and asked me to go to rehearsal at 3 in the afternoon. Well, the program team has just contacted me. So, Brother Fei, let's leave in a minute. Let's have some food first, and then we'll prepare to go to the program team. But, Lin Fei nodded. Xiaoba, on the other hand, soon continued to speak. Brother Fei, I came to see you this time. Actually, I have something to do. Huh? What do you mean? There's another show. I'm really quite productive. Lin Fei laughed. What program is it? There's a restaurant. What? Hearing this, Lin Fei was obviously a little surprised. There's a restaurant? That's awesome. This is one of the top 3 food shows in Dragon Kingdom, right? They would actually invite me? What did you think? I'm just a singer and actor. Listening to Lin Fei's words, Xiaoba curled his lips. Brother Fei, have you forgotten that when you were in Beautiful Village, you coveted those guests every day, even though the cameras couldn't catch them? Well, you are right to say that. Lin Fei thought about it, wasn't it? There were even hot searches on the internet at the time. How delicious is the food made by Lin Fei? Even at that time, it triggered crazy discussions among netizens. Show. Lin Fei asked aloud point after hearing Lin Fei's words. Xiaoba spoke. The schedule of the program can be arranged. After all, we only have 2 invitations, career as a singer and having a restaurant, and if there is a restaurant, they want to invite you to be their chef. This season is already the 4th season, and the location this time is Tamilna on Zixili Island. Oh. Total of 20 days. We need to finish the recording of the Singers Road on Wednesday and take a plane on Friday afternoon, and the program will start recording on Sunday. I calculated that this does not conflict with our participation in the Singers Road finals. Lin Fei felt helpless when he heard it. You kid have determined that I can participate in the finals. Of course. I'm still very confident in Fei's ability. Hearing this, Xiaoba was talking endlessly. Brother Fei, you don't know how popular your new song was when it came out. Almost everyone sang it. I believe that Brother Fei's new song will continue the previous glory. Come on, you kid. You only know how to praise me. If I don't qualify for the finals, I tell you, this is the result of your bad faith. Don't. When Xiaoba heard it, he waved his hands repeatedly. Brother Fei, I was wrong. Can't I stop talking? How about this? I tell you a good news. How about it? Lin Fei was confused. Point good news? Chapter 141. Rehearsal. Lin Fei suddenly became interested. After all, there didn't seem to be any good news for him, right? Did Zhang Kaiang die? That shouldn't be the case. Xiaoba shouldn't know what happened between him and Zhang Kaiang. Seeing Lin Fei's guessing and denying expression, Xiaoba wanted to laugh. Okay, Brother Fei, stop guessing. I'll tell you. You can also invite Jada to go with you. What? Invite Jada? Lin Fei was surprised when he heard this. Yes. Xiaoba nodded. I was also surprised when I first heard it, but later, the program team said, you kid, you said it. Anxious? With your personality, what will you do in the future? You were so impatient when you rejected that girl's confession. You are so annoying, and you are still talking about this. Lin Fei laughed and scolded, and directly picked up the pillow beside him, and threw it over. This kid, he is talking about something else. The matter has already passed. And Xiaoba also walked back quickly. Looking at Lin Fei's anxious look, Xiaoba finally spoke. In fact, during the recording period, the program team donated gifts to local children. Yada to go with you. At that time, letting Yada be the representative of the gift delivery can be regarded as a benefit for you. After all, they also know that Yada is only taken care of by you, and you can't always leave her with Teacher He, right? Listening to such an explanation, Lin Fei suddenly felt a sense of touch in his heart. Regardless of whether this program group made a deliberate arrangement or not, this arrangement alone was enough to move Lin Fei. Originally, Lin Fei was still thinking about whether to refuse the invitation from the program group. After all, Lin Fei had already missed his daughter a little in the past few days. That was the only thought of him and Tang Xin. After all, the two could not reunite. So, Lin Fei had always treated Lin Yao as his sweetheart. Now, the program group actually took the initiative to invite him, which made Lin Fei happy. Nodding repeatedly, Lin Fei spoke, "Okay, I'll take this program. When we finish here, I'll go back to pick up Yao and go together. Okay, then I'll notify them, yeah." Seeing Xiao Bei go to the side to make a phone call, Lin Fei began to plan. In his heart had really treated his daughter badly over the years. After all, she was his beloved daughter. In fact, Lin Fei had thought of taking his daughter out for a walk as early as the beginning. But at that time, Lin Fei was afraid that he would be discovered by Zhang Qiang because he had no strength. By that time, it was very likely that Zhang Qiang would suppress him strongly. This situation was not what Lin Fei wanted to see. He couldn't bear to let his daughter bear something she shouldn't have, since she was a child. After all, knew Zhang Qiang's meanness. And now, Lin Fei has developed very well, and now Zhang Qiang wants to deal with him, but he has to think twice. Of course, as the saying goes, a rabbit bites when it is anxious. Lin Fei still has to act cautiously. Soon, Xiao Bei contacted the other party's program team and told Lin Fei that the communication was completed. Lin Fei smiled immediately. Now, Yao will definitely be very happy, right, brother? Fei, let's go out for dinner, and then we should go to the program team, okay? Lin Fei nodded, packed up, and left the hotel with Xiao Bei. After dinner, they talked about some things from all over the world, and the time came to 2:30. Seeing that the time was almost up, the two of them took a car to the TV station. They were familiar with the road and came to the 10th floor. Lin Fei and Xiao Bei turned left and right and finally came to the studio. Very good. Xiao Fei is here. Hang Mingtang, who was still sitting in the audience, had sharp eyes and soon saw Lin Fei appear looking at Lin Fei. Hang Mingtang waved his hand and motioned Lin Fei to come over. Seeing this, Lin Fei smiled and walked forward. Director Hang, I've been waiting for a long time. Am I not late? Hearing this, Hang Mingtang smiled. How could it be? It's not even 3 o'clock yet. Come on, let me introduce you. This is our band director, named Lu Gao. As he spoke, Hang Mingtang pointed to a man next to him. Lin Fei turned his head and looked at him carefully. The man looked very handsome, and his messy hair made him look even more heroic. Looking at him, Lin Fei quickly reached out his hand. Hello, Mr. Lu. I hope you can take care of me in the next few days. Haha, sure. Lu Gao smiled and waved his hand. Not bad. I'll call you Xiao Fei. Xiao Fei, your new song was really popular. I studied your song at that time. I never expected that your arrangement contained many characteristics. Oh, right. Suddenly thought of something. I heard that you are going to use your new song to participate in the competition this time. Why? Is your new song still a sad song? Have you brought the score? Give it to me quickly. I'll study it and see if I can find some inspiration. The score he had prepared long ago. Mr. Lu, I really disappoint you this time. This song is not a sad song, but a secret love song. Oh, confused, Lu Gao took the score handed over by Lin Fei and began to observe it carefully. Great. I didn't expect that each note could be arranged like this. Come on, Xiao Fei, let's rehearse. If there's anything wrong with the song, you can give me some guidance. I give guidance? Teacher Lu, how can I be worthy of that? Hey, that's not right. Do you think I haven't seen your piano performance? That's the master's level. Okay, Lin Fei was very helpless. Fortunately, the teachers of these bands are very professional. But Chapter 142, The Wandering Singer Who Made Lin Fei React Strangely. As the saying goes, wonderful times always pass by in a short time. At 5 o'clock in the afternoon, was still immersed in Lin Fei's songs, but the rehearsal time had already reached. Although wanted Lin Fei to sing a few more times, they were afraid that Lin Fei's voice would have problems. Under the entanglement of the two sides, everyone had to give up. In front of the stage, in the audience, Lugao looked at Lin Fei with admiration in his eyes. Zhao Fei, what's wrong with your brain? You can think of such a song. It's too good to be true. Yes, beside him, Han Mingtang also echoed. I think you will definitely win this challenge. I say, you too, don't praise me. I know my own strength. Whether I can succeed in the challenge depends on whether the audience buys it. Lin Fei's humble look made the two helpless, and Lin Fei was also helpless. The 2 hours of rehearsal today were really bumpy. At the beginning, everyone had no problem playing the score. After all, they were all experienced band members. When such a song sounded melodiously, the whole studio seemed to enter a very mysterious atmosphere. That feeling was like walking slowly on a forest path in spring, which made people feel very comfortable. Then, for the third time, Lin Fei began to enter the song and sang along with the song voice. Hearing Lugao's doubtful voice, Lin Fei was very helpless. Yes. The band members around him were also very surprised, and everyone was completely shocked by Lin Fei's singing skills. This kind of immersive feeling is the most real. Lin Fei's original voice was very magnetic, but when this song was performed, Lin Fei showed that he could feel the youthful voice of a young man. Everyone was shocked by this. Everyone's surprise. After all, the rehearsal still had to continue. So just like that, everyone started rehearsing again. However, when the chorus part appeared, the audience was shocked again. Great. Inserting opera element into pop songs. What a bold innovation. Looking at Lugao's surprised look, Lin Fei smiled helplessly. Teacher Lu, how about, let's continue? That's right. Lin Fei's song happened to add opera element. This is also related to Lin Fei's mastery of opera. Lin Fei had only rehearsed with the band 4 or 5 times. Fortunately, Lin Fei's grasp of the song was absolutely amazing. Every time, it was a perfect run-in, enough to participate in the competition, so that the band members were surprised again. In this regard, Lin Fei said nothing, and the choice of this song was all Lin Fei's song in his previous life. As the saying goes, the previous generation plants trees and the next generation enjoys the shade. Lin Fei has picked up a bargain. Of course, the skills given by the system are also indispensable. Looking at Han Mingtang and Lugao, Lin Fei smiled. You too, if you have nothing to do, why don't we go out for a meal? It's time for dinner, let's just eat something. Okay. I just want to discuss some lyrics and music with you. 4 people came to the restaurant. During the meal, Lin Fei answered many questions from Lugao. Lin Fei found that Lugao was simply obsessed with music. Many professional questions were also very tricky. Fortunately, Lin Fei took them one by one and answered Lugao's questions perfectly. At the time, Lin Fei decided to get up and leave. Hearing this, the two nodded. Han Mingtang suddenly thought of something and asked, by the way, Zhao Fei, I wonder what the name of your song is. Well, Lin Fei smiled. I'll keep it a secret for now. So, just like that, Lin Fei left, leaving only the 2 curious people. I hope there will be a good result in tomorrow's competition. Walking on the road, blowing the cool breeze, Lin Fei sighed. Beside him, Zhao Bei smiled when he heard this. Brother Fei, don't worry, I was completely infected by your song today, and I believe it won't be bad tomorrow. Well, Lin Fei was just thinking about hailing a taxi to leave, but he was suddenly stunned at this time. What's wrong, Brother Fei? Seeing Lin Fei's strangeness, Zhao Bei was a little confused. Following Lin Fei's gaze, I saw a small square on the roadside in front, and a man was standing on the edge, holding a microphone and singing. And around the man, there were many people watching. This man is quite handsome. Listen to this song. This is also a sad love song. Come on, someone will imitate your style of music so quickly. Not bad. Hey, Brother Fei, why are you going? Zhao Bei was looking at him with admiration, but he found that Lin Fei moved, rushed forward quickly, and saw that he was outside the crowd. Brother Fei, what's going on? You breaks my heart, and I give you the only piece of sky I have left. Coming closer, Zhao Bei heard the man's heart-rending singing, and felt as if he was immersed in it. This man's singing sounds like a story just by listening to it. The man, on the other hand, was completely immersed in his song. Good. Such a good singer not famous. This person's singing skills are really good, but I'm a little surprised. How could such a person become a street singer? Standing next to Lin Fei, Xiaoba sighed with emotion. After all, even though Xiaoba only listened to the second half of the song just now, he was deeply affected by it. With such appeal, why is it in such a situation now? As a result, Lin Fei spoke. If you're listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means they downloaded and uploaded it without effort. We cordially invite you to visit our channel, Mundo Fanfic Novelos. There you'll find the original version of this story and you can explore many other novels of various genres. We're waiting for you to immerse yourself in a world of incredible novels. Chapter 143, Brothers? Promise. After finishing speaking, Lin Fei rushed in. Xiaoba was confused. Brother? A street singer. Xiaoba is confused. What's going on? Fei calls him brother. This surprised Xiaoba even more. Fei's appearance, he froze on the spot. Lin Fei, on the other hand, reacted quickly and rushed forward. Looking at the man, Lin Fei frowned and spoke. Why are you here, kid? Do you know how much your brothers cared about you when you suddenly disappeared? There was no blame in Lin Fei's words, but instead endless concern. When the man heard Lin Fei's words, he suddenly stopped talking. What are you doing? Come on, let's find a place to chat. With that said, Lin Fei looked at the audience around him and spoke. Everyone, I'm sorry, that's all for today's concert. After saying that, Lin Fei couldn't help but leave with Sheng Sichen. When the people in the square heard this, they were all dissatisfied. Hey, who are you? We listened well, why did you let people leave? That's right, this song is so nice. Hey, don't go. Lin Fei now had no intention of paying attention to at this time. He took Sheng Sichen to a roadside barbecue stall. Snapped. When the skewers and beer were served, Lin Fei opened the beer and slapped it directly on the table. Looking at Sheng Sichen in front of him, everyone spoke. Tell me about it. My brother, who spent 4 years in college, suddenly disappeared after graduation. Everyone couldn't find you. If they tried to find you, why did you go there? Didn't you do the same thing before? Sheng Sichen smiled and then took a deep sip of beer. Brother Fei, you are doing a lot better than me now. You kid, Xiaotemio interrupted. Lin Fei's head was covered with black lines. Tell me about you. What's going on? Seeing the relationship between Lin Fei's expressions, Sheng Sichen was stunned. Soon, he smiled bitterly. I'm injured. What? Lin Fei's eyes widened. You are hurt. After saying yes, Sheng Sichen's expression suddenly dimmed. Back then, as you know, I had very good grades in school, and I was even hailed as a singer of the new era. And I disappeared suddenly, because I was injured. Lin Fei nodded sadly. Sheng Sichen, a popular student in the school at that time, was extremely talented in music. During his school days, he released many popular singles. Similarly, he is also the roommate of Lin Fei and Wang Yao, and they have been good brothers for 4 years. And soon, Sheng Sichen continued to speak. After graduating from college, I originally accepted an invitation from a company, but because of the jealousy of a man who also wanted to get the spot, he framed me. I lost my voice for several years. In the past few years, I have been seeking medical advice. The income from my previous singles has been completely exhausted. It is even said that now I can only live in a small house of more than 10 square meters. Haha, it's ironic to say that. Even so, I still got over it. You. Lin Fei said 1,000 words, but he just said one word. Hi. Nothing. Suddenly, Sheng Sichen smiled. But this smile, to Lin Fei, was like a forced smile. After all, it was once a stormy time, but it faced such a result. How many years can a person waste? What happened to that man? What Lin Fei asked was the person who framed Sheng Sichen in the first place. Lin Fei's idea is very simple. If he is still prosperous now, then Lin Fei will definitely clear his brother's name. Haha. As early as 2 years ago, he was banned from the entire network due to some vicious exposure. It turns out that evil is rewarded. Soon, Sheng Sichen smiled. But, Brother Fei, I have been paying attention to you during this time. I didn't expect you to be a blockbuster, even if you don't complain. Now, you are really famous. Do you want to return to the music scene? Unexpectedly, Lin Fei did not answer Sheng Sichen's words and asked directly, Sheng Sichen was confused. What does Lin Fei mean by this? Looking at Lin Fei again, he called Zhao Bei, who was watching the stars. I took a pen and paper and wrote down a bunch of phone numbers on it. Snapped. Photographed in front of Sheng Sichen, Lin Fei spoke. Sheng Sichen, I know that you have to be strong and you like to work hard to create the future on your own, but let me tell you, you no longer have the popularity you had before. In today's era, capable people are emerging in large numbers. If you want to fly into the sky, you need my help. When you were in college, you didn't need help from others. I understand that. But now, I don't want you to fight alone. These are my phone number and Zhuang Fei's phone number. If you still want to come back, just call her and mention my name, brother. Fei, you listening to Lin Fei's words, Sheng Sichen was helpless. What do you mean by me? It was Lin Fei who directly refuted at this time. Think about it yourself, kid. No matter what you want to do, I support you, but I want to help you. We are brothers. We advance and retreat together. We are brothers. Advance and retreat together. Suddenly Sheng Sichen was silent, looking at the note in front of him in silence. Think about it yourself. I'll wait for your call. As he said, Lin Fei stood up, patted Sheng Sichen on the shoulder, and left. This kid has a strong personality, so Lin Fei can't force him too much. That would be counterproductive. Lin Fei wants to see him return to the music scene with his former honor, but there must be a way. Thinking of how popular Sheng Sichen was in the past, but now he is so down and out, Lin Fei's heart is mixed. As for what Lin Fei said to Sheng Sichen, all this depends on his own wishes. Lin Fei believes that he will always have his own ideas. It can even be said that Lin Fei still admires his talent immensely, even though so many years have passed, it has not diminished at all. Because on the way to take him away just now, Lin Fei also learned that Sheng Sichen's song was actually created this week. Such talent and strength, even Lin Fei admires it very much. However, what he needs is just a platform. Although such an introduction is likely to cause dissatisfaction from Zhuang Fei, but Lin Fei also feels that for the sake of his good brother, even if he is scolded a few times, what does it matter? The music industry needs innovation. And Sheng Sichen, Lin Fei has already judged from the song he sang tonight. He is exactly the person who can accompany him forward. Chapter 144, Tang Xin's new song. If only I had acquired my proficiency in medical skills earlier, I would have met my brother earlier. Maybe he won't be as depressed as he is now. However, things are always frustrating. Although things and people have changed, fortunately, the years are peaceful. I just hope my ambition can be rekindled. Lin Fei believed it, and firmly believed it. After thinking about it, Lin Fei took out his mobile phone and started checking Weibo on a daily basis. And soon, after opening it, Lin Fei saw a message. Tang Xin's new song will be released at 12 o'clock tonight. A sweet love song will be released soon. Oh ho. Lin Fei was obviously surprised after seeing such news. My wife is about to release a new song. As for this song, Lin Fei could also imagine that it was probably the one he had given her some time ago. Presumably, during this period of time, Tang Xin must have been constantly adjusting and conducting various recordings at the same time. Lin Fei took out his mobile phone. After finding Tang Xin's weak sin, Lin Fei sent it out. Honey, your new song is finally released. Congratulations. Soon, Tang Xin sent a direct video call. Lin Fei picked up with a smile. I said, my dear Mr. Lin, why do I feel that you seem to be showing off? No way. I just saw that my wife's new song is about to be released, so I have the guts to express my blessing. You're just a stinker. You, Tang Xin curled her lips. Looking at Lin Fei's appearance, Tang Xin pouted. Fei, tell me, what will happen to the score of this song you gave me? I'm really nervous. Hey, why are you so nervous? Don't worry, this song will definitely do very well. What if it's not good? Tang Xin asked back. Not good, saying This, Lin Fei was confused. After all, in Lin Fei's impression, on the original Earth, this song was all the rage. How many people are singing and humming this song? Let's talk about whether this song will be popular here. Lin Fei wouldn't believe it. So, Lin Fei spoke, don't worry, you will definitely be popular. If your grades are not good, how about I agree to your request? Really? Of course, that. Suddenly, Tang Xin started to think about it very seriously. Fei, when the time comes you are not busy, come and stay with me for a week. I don't need you to do anything, just stay with me. Xin. Suddenly, Lin Fei fell silent. At this time, a deep feeling of guilt suddenly surged up in his heart. All of this is because of Tang Xin. Lin Fei thought that he had a really uncomfortable day today. At the beginning of today, Lin Fei blamed himself for not taking Lin Yao out to play. After that, he met his good brother again living on the street. Now, I feel guilty because I haven't been with Tang Xin for a long time. For a moment, Lin Fei had mixed feelings in his heart. Lin Fei looked at Tang Xin in the picture for a long time and finally spoke. Xin, I'm sorry. I have owed you and my daughter so much for the past 3 years or so. Give me some more time and then I will stay with you for the rest of my life. I won't talk to you anymore. The time is coming and I'm going to watch my song. Oops. This is the first time I'm so nervous. Haha, okay, don't worry, there won't be any problems. Lin Fei comforted Tang Xin and suddenly his expression changed. Come on, give me a kiss. You are acting like a hooligan. Tang Xin's face suddenly turned red. She didn't know why, but she felt shy. Seeing this, Lin Fei smiled. This girl has a particularly shy personality, but she hasn't changed at all. As for Lin Fei, I was the first to speak. Wouldn't. Hearing this, Tang Xin whispered, oh no. Fei always felt that this speed was far from enough for him now. He didn't want Tang Xin to wait any longer. So, thinking about it, Lin Fei opened the music software Cool Cat. Ding. The clock on the wall chimed ever so slightly. After hearing this, Lin Fei opened the search button and directly searched for the word Tang Xin. Soon, Lin Fei saw Tang Xin's new song appearing above song. Immediately, Lin Fei clicked play and started listening. When the melodious music intertwined by various musical instruments sounded, Lin Fei's eyes narrowed slightly and his whole mind was devoted to it. This feeling made Lin Fei feel very empty. It's as if he is in the sea. Such a song made Lin Fei deeply addicted. Xin's voice was very sweet, with an ethereal air of a lark, and when the song sounded, paired with such a beautiful singing voice, Lin Fei felt that Tang Xin and this song were really a perfect match. At this moment, Lin Fei seemed to really feel that he was appearing on a meadow, surrounded by flowers and birds, so harmonious. Slowly, Lin Fei closed his eyes and listened carefully with you. Soon, after finishing the song, Lin Fei opened his eyes. There was a gleam in his eyes. Lin Fei understood that when Tang Xin sang this song, she was inserting herself into it. Such a feeling is what gives this song emotion. It sounds really good. Whose wife is this? How can she sing so beautifully? Lin Fei chuckled, then clicked on the loop playback, and then fell into sleep leisurely. Time flows slowly, and the next day arrives in the blink of an eye. After washing up, Lin Fei came to the living room with his cell phone, and began to check the comments on Tang Xin's song. This song is a blast. Lin Fei now only has this idea. It has a rating of 9.98 million positive reviews, and only a few thousand negative reviews. Seeing such ratings, Lin Fei finally smiled. I looked at the rankings again. On the current new song list and hot song list, my own song still ranks first. Lin Fei thought to himself that he would not be surpassed by his wife. Chapter 145. Both of them are on the list and are ridiculed. Oh my god, Tang Xin's career is really soaring now. Such a song will definitely take her career to the next level. It sounds good. It sounds really good. Looking at the good comments below the song, the corners of Lin Fei's mouth raised unnaturally. Fei wanted to call Tang Xin to report such a good thing, but when he thought that Tang Xin might still be sleeping, Lin Fei gave up. Dang dang dang. Hearing the knock on the door, Lin Fei stood up and opened the door. Outside, he saw none other than Xiao. But this new song is so good. I listened to it all night yesterday. Lin Fei was helpless when he heard this and then raised his hand. I saw that on Lin Fei's mobile phone. It was the comment page of Tang Xin's new song. Hey, you already know. How about it, brother Fei? Are you nervous now? Why am I nervous? Lin Fei couldn't help but be a little surprised when he heard this. What does this mean? Could it be said that Xiaoba knew about his affair with Tang Xin? It shouldn't be. Thinking about it, Lin Fei looked at Xiaoba pretending not to understand. And soon, Xiaoba opened his mouth. The number 1 song on the new song list and hot song list right now is yours. You said the list will be refreshed at 12 o'clock. What will happen if Tang Xin's new song takes your place? Hi. When Lin Fei heard this, he immediately breathed a sigh of relief. He thought Xiaoba knew something. So that's it. Shrugging his shoulders, Lin Fei said, what's the point? Everyone is working hard for the song career. The music scene in Long Country needs innovation. I see that there are songs taking such an innovative style, so naturally I'm happy. All right, Xiaoba thought he could see Lin Fei's surprised look, but found that Lin Fei didn't care at all. Point in this way, the two of them had breakfast. Brother Fei, the afternoon live broadcast starts at 3 o'clock. Let's go there after lunch. Wanted to go back, just to be able to see Lin Jia earlier. That would be really great for him. Thinking about it, Lin Fei opened Weibo and started watching. Soon, I saw a hot search that made me want to laugh. Expressed her attitude towards love with a sweet tune. According to data obtained from major platforms at 6 o'clock today, it is very likely that Tang Xin will top the new song list and hot song list when it is refreshed at 12 o'clock today. You know, the current top list is Love is just one word by Lin Fei. And Lin Fei's new song is the first of its kind. So, let us wait and see whether it is a pioneer of the music genre who is firmly at the top of the list, or whether the innovative and sweet singer successfully reaches the top. Seeing this, Lin Fei smiled. How free these people are. Whether he is on the list or not, these people still want to discuss it. Lin Fei was really helpless about this, and below there are also many comments. I think Xiaoxin will definitely reach the top. Xiao Xin songs are so beautiful. It fills me with a happy longing for love. Oh, I'm so confused. The songs of these two people are very good. Upstairs, I'll teach you how to listen to Tang Xin and Lin Fei's songs over and over again. We support both of them. That's what I did. But it was so uncomfortable to cry and laugh at the same time. Looking at these interesting comments, Lin Fei smiled naturally. These people are really imaginative. But soon, Lin Fei also saw a comment that surprised him. Li Dong, I think Tang Xin's songs will definitely reach the top of the list. After all, compared with Lin Fei's songs, hers are much better. Lin Fei's songs, are they amazing? Or are they Tang Xin's songs? It sounds good, the voice is sweet, and I even have some inspiration recently. I plan to collaborate with Tang Xin next time. Ah. Lin Fei sneered. This man really has double standards. Li Dong, a well-known composer. I think back then, Li Dong even scolded him because of what happened between him and Zheng Zhu. Later, when he released a new song, Li Dong still slandered him due to negative reviews. But when the new song list appeared later, Li Dong immediately deleted Weibo and then vigorously promoted Lin Fei's new song. Now, after Tang Xin's songs came out, she started to slander herself again. Brother Fei, what's wrong? Why are you laughing all of a sudden? You've made me a little confused. Haha, it's nothing. I saw something interesting. Come on, let's eat. With that said, Lin Fei continued to eat, leaving Xiaoba alone so helpless. And just like that, time passed by minute. At 12 noon, Lin Fei finished signing in and still received a monetary reward. Exclaimed, fuck. Brother Fei, you got fucked, huh? Damn it, Lin Fei hit Xiaoba on the back of his head with a slap. Damn it, how can you talk like that? What do you mean I got fucked? Can you talk? Xiaoba immediately raised his phone aggrievedly. On it, it was a new song list of Cool Cat. On it, the one who topped the list at this time was Tang Xin's new song. Oh, first place. Not bad, Lin Fei smiled. Picking up the phone, Lin Fei sent Tang Xin an encouraging expression. Soon, after seeing Tang Xin's reply, Lin Fei smiled and ignored it. Brother Fei, it's almost time, let's go. Okay. At about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Lin Fei and the others went to the TV station. Arriving at the 10th floor, in the rest area, Lin Fei came and saw that many singers had already arrived here. At the same time, there were also some guest judges. "Hello, teachers, I'm Lin Fei. I'm new here, please take care of me." Looking at the seniors in the music industry, Lin Fei smiled. And those singers also smiled when they heard it. However, a discordant voice sounded. "Heh, a young boy dares to come here to participate in the show. You don't know the height of the world, do you?" Chapter 146. Recording begins. Hearing the voice, Lin Fei was immediately confused. Who was the person who was speaking? Am I a young boy? That's right, but where did the ignorance come from? Thinking about it, Lin Fei turned his head in confusion and looked to the side. I saw that there was a rest area for 8 judges on the side. At this time, there were only 3 people sitting here, and the one who just spoke was the one in the middle. This man looked thin, had long hair, and wore glasses with brown transparent lenses. The man looked at Lin Fei's puzzled expression and couldn't help but sneered. "What? Are you not happy when I say you?" The man asked Lin Fei back. "Oh, is that so?" Lin Fei stopped Xiao Bei, who was about to come forward to argue, and signaled him to go outside to rest. After all, the live broadcast was about to start. Her lips. "Who are you?" "You." The man obviously didn't expect that Lin Fei would say this after a long time. Damn, the contempt in the tone immediately made the man feel insulted. "Lin Fei, this is Li Dong, a well-known composer. Many songs of our Languo singers are composed by him." A male singer next to Lin Fei said. Lin Fei knows this man. His name is Song Yunan, a very famous singer. "Oh." Lin Fei smiled unexpectedly. "Is this Li Dong? This Lin Fei is so familiar. This morning I said that he was double standard. I didn't expect to see it on such a show." Looking at Li Dong coldly, Lin Fei smiled. "Are you the Li Dong who can't stand others being better than you? I'm very curious, how can someone like you be a judge?" "You. What did you say?" Li Dong stood up immediately. Looking at Lin Fei, Li Dong was very angry. "Boy, you are so arrogant. Don't forget your identity. You are a newcomer. Don't you even have the most basic courtesy of respecting elders?" "Respect elders?" Lin Fei suddenly smiled. "That depends on whether this person is worthy of my respect. A person who only knows how to look down on others and talk nonsense on the internet every day is not worthy of my respect." And, suddenly, Lin Fei's eyes became teasing. "Elders, right? Don't forget that my new song, I'm afraid that the number of plays in the first 6 hours is more than the number of plays of the song you created in a month. You." Instantly, Li Dong was angry. All this was heard from Lin Fei. Yes, Lin Fei was right. The performance of his song is really much better than the new song created by Li Dong. And Li Dong, to be honest, was indeed a little jealous. He felt his status in the music industry. Otherwise, Li Dong would not have done so many things. "What ignorance come from? Boy, tell me another sentence." "I said, you. Hey. Welcome everyone to participate in today's recording. Hey, what's wrong?" As a result, before Lin Fei finished speaking, he heard the door open. Turning his head, he saw Han Mingtang walking over with a group of cameramen and staff. When he just walked in, Han Mingtang felt that the atmosphere on the scene was not right, so he asked out loud. And Li Dong, seeing this, just waved his hand and sat down directly. "Director Han, it's okay, everyone discussed something." "Oh, so?" As he said, Director Han turned and looked at Li Dong beside him. "Teacher Li, you should also get ready to go on stage. It's already 2:50 and the audience has all entered." "Okay, listening." Li Dong nodded and got up and left. But before turning to leave, Li Dong glanced at Lin Fei. His eyes were full of anger seeing such deep affection. Lin Fei sneered. He was curious about what kind of trouble this person could come up with. Han Mingtang naturally didn't know all this, seeing 2 more singers coming in at the door. So far, there are 6 resident singers, plus a challenge singer like Lin Fei. At this time, 7 people have gathered. Zhao Huoji, Song Yunan, Han Yang, Kaio Hong, Zhe Shan, Wang Ganghong, plus Lin Fei. These 7 people are the ones who brought the performance today. Seeing that all 7 people have gathered, Han Mingtang smiled. Thank you for your hard work. Today is our last regular season. 6 winners will be selected to participate in the finals of Yangjing Dragon Nest in a month. The final champion will get the championship trophy of our Singers Road and a series of song packages. Our professional team will definitely bring you a good song experience, so I hope you can work harder today. As he said this, Han Mingtang picked up the water cup beside him and took a sip. This is his standard action. Today's competition rules are the same as before, but because Lin Fei has joined, I'll still explain the rules of the competition. Lin Fei began to listen carefully to Han Mingtang's narration. The rules were very simple. 7 people drew lots to decide the order of going on stage. After that, went on stage to perform in order. After the performance, the 1,500 audience members in the audience will vote. At the same time, everyone's performance will be broadcast live online. After the performance, the online and offline audiences will be given half an hour to vote. When the half-hour voting is over, the votes will be locked. The audience on site has 100 points for each vote, and the online audience has 1 point for each vote. This is also to take into account the immersive sound of the scene. After all, for songs, there is a big difference between listening to them on site and listening to them online. As a singer who challenges the club, Lin Fei will succeed in challenging the club and advance to the finals, as long as his score exceeds the last one. Okay, let's draw lots to decide the order of appearance now. Han Mingtang brought a box from the side. Everyone started to draw lots. Soon, the order was decided. From the front to the back, they are Song Yunan, Kaio Hong, Zhao Huoji, Wang Gang Hong, Han Yang, Zha Shan, and Lin Fei. When he saw that he was the last one, Lin Fei naturally felt a sense of pressure in his heart. This is the last recording of the entire season of the program. As such a finale singer, the pressure can be imagined. Oh my goodness, don't embarrass yourself later, Lin Fei thought so. Soon, Han Mingtang spoke. Okay, everyone, I wish you all a satisfactory result today. Chapter 147. Listening to my own songs is so awkward. At 2:55, Han Mingtang left. He was the host of the show, so he was going to go on stage. In the lounge, Song Yunan spoke before the live broadcast started. Yes, Han Yang echoed him. We all know who Li Dong is. He thinks he is a big shot, but he doesn't know how many people dislike him. Yeah, that's right. Others nodded, and Wang Gang Han couldn't help but speak. Has no choice. Although this person has such a personality, his understanding of the song is really great, so he has to invite him. In the previous competitions, Li Dong's venomous tongue caused dissatisfaction many times, and he was on the hot search several times. Oh, so there is such a thing. Lin Fei was surprised to hear that everyone had such a bad impression of Li Dong. Unexpectedly, Li Dong was so unpopular. In that case, Lin Fei smiled. In that case, wait for me on the show later. I'm going to give him a good fight. Ah, this is a show. Teacher, that your new song is super nice. After the competition, let's get together and discuss it. No problem. I also have a lot of inexperience, so I need the seniors to teach me. Speaking, Lin Fei bowed. For a moment, was surprised by Lin Fei's humble attitude. This Lin Fei, obviously everyone has a very high status now, but he can still be so humble now. This quality makes very satisfied. At the same time, on Weibo, the official Weibo of Singers Road also published a Weibo. Dear audience, we are very happy that today, we have ushered in the recording of the last regular season of this season's Singers Road. I'm very happy to tell you that today, we have ushered in the singer of the hottest single on the internet, Lin Fei. Today, he will compete as a challenge singer. Since this season, we have also adopted the mechanism of online live voting, and Lin Fei will also bring his new single today. I heard from the director that he praised this song again and again. What song is it? Let us wait and see. Below, the order of this competition is announced. If there is a singer you like among them, you can also click on the link below to vote. The voting rules are also in the link. Song Yunan, Kaio Hong, Zhao Huoji, Wang Gang Hong, Han Yang, Zha Shan, Lin Fei. Singers Road has attracted a lot of attention for so many seasons. Boiled. Damn. Lin Fei is actually here. What's going on? Why wasn't there any publicity before? Have you forgotten? The singer who challenged the host will not be informed in advance. Damn, Lin Fei actually released a new song? Wow, is he going to dominate the charts? Today, Tang Xin's new song took Lin Fei's top spot. Is Lin Fei going to take it back? It's just a top spot. Why is it so intense? Everyone, hurry up. Give Lin Fei a top search. Lin Fei will be performing at 4 o'clock. Let the fans come. For a while, started to participate in Lin Fei's hot search. And in the rest area of the agent at the shooting site. My big brother Lin Fei is going to release a new song. And he's still on the road to becoming a singer. Wow. Isn't this too productive? Damn, how can he be like an old sow? What are you talking about? How can you describe our rival like this? Everyone, please support us. Let the fans see that today, Lin Fei is going to be a challenger. Time is tight and the task is heavy. After everyone's unremitting efforts, a hot search was rising rapidly. Lin Fei challenged the road to becoming a singer with a new song. Instantly, a explosive button appeared behind Weibo, and the popularity was also soaring rapidly. This is a rare scene in the previous recordings of the road to becoming a singer. Xiao Bei looked at it, and couldn't help but smile. It seems that Lin Fei's challenge is stable this time. Because you have successfully challenged the club, then it will be the finals benefit for a singer. The show has started. At this moment, a staff member nearby reminded him in time. Hearing this, Xiao Bei raised his head and focused his eyes on the TV in front of him. But they didn't know that there were countless people who were still watching the performance of the entire program. Tang Xin, Wang Yao, He Yun, Huang Fei, Zhang Mao, and even Cheng Sichen. Dear audience friends, I'm very happy that everyone can come to participate in the last recording of our regular season of this season's Singer Road. This highly anticipated recording has begun. Director Hang Mingtang took the microphone and walked to the front of the stage. Looking at the audience seats in front of him, which were already full, Hang Mingtang smiled. Today is the last episode of our regular season. So, today, which 6 people can welcome our road to the finals? Let's wait and see. First of all, welcome the first singer, Song Munan. Wow. As Hang Mingtang spoke, the scene rang with a tide of applause. And Lin Fei and the others watched slowly in the lounge. Everyone went on stage and sang one song after another. Until the 6th song, it was Xia Xian who went on stage. After hearing Xia Xian sing his own song Love is Just One Word, Lin Fei had an interesting thought in his mind. Seeing Xia Xian singing with great expression on the stage, Lin Fei smiled. Hey, why does it feel so awkward to listen to someone else singing my song Live? Chapter 148, Is Li Dan crazy? After hearing Lin Fei's words, around them laughed. Lin Fei's words expressed feelings. Everyone was nervous because of their votes before, but now they have relaxed a little. Time began to express their opinions. Lin Fei finally understood after hearing this. Co-authored has this idea. Now, Lin Fei felt a little relieved. Love is just one word. I only say it once. At this moment, the climax of the song sounded on the TV song. Listen, as the only female singer here, Kaio Hang already had tears in her eyes. This song is really beautiful. It's a sad love song. It makes people feel sad, but at the same time, they feel an unprecedented sense of happiness. Turning her head and looking at Lin Fei, Kaio Hang spoke. Lin Fei, I really didn't expect you to be able to write a song with such a story. I understand now that songs don't necessarily have to have good words, but we must show the story. Yes. Listening to Kaio Hang's evaluation, Song Munan beside him also spoke. I really admire Lin Fei. It's really surprising that he can make such a song. To be honest, when this song came out, I was really deeply infected by it. I was really surprised by its appeal. Wang Ganghang, brother Lin Fei, I have also had some inspiration recently, which is this innovative music style. When the time comes, you will have to help me with guidance. Listening to what everyone said to each other, Lin Fei felt helpless. Feels really flattered now. Seeing everyone's discussion getting more and more heated, Lin Fei quickly raised his hand. Brothers and sisters, seniors, please stop. You are trying to kill me. Boy, how can I be so good and capable as to be judged like this by you? You are all big bosses in the music industry. You really can't stand it when you bully me like this. Haha, you kid, you know how to be humble. As the oldest singer here. Han Yang also patted Lin Fei on the shoulder. Don't be too modest, kid. Your single was released and went viral online. We can't compare to this level of appeal. Now, we are all inspired by your kid. Pop music needs new innovations and needs to cater to the tastes of young people. I think after a while, there will be countless songs that follow your style, and we also hope to learn some experience from you. Listening, Lin Fei was flattered and spoke, let's learn from each other and improve each other. After listening to Lin Fei's words, everyone laughed and said nothing more. Of course, everyone's admiration for Lin Fei has not diminished at all. After all, for a singer like Lin Fei to achieve such results just after his debut is what makes envious. But Lin Fei didn't know such an idea. What he thinks is that he can't do things behind closed doors. If popular songs need to develop, they will definitely need a group of people to follow them. Only when a style of music is recognized by everyone and imitated by countless people can it become an era. And now, what these people are doing is exactly this kind of thing. Including Sheng Sichen, who was also a target of Lin Fei. Lin Fei felt helpless when he thought of his good brother. I don't know what this kid is thinking about. This kid is so naughty. Waiting makes me anxious. Ding. At this moment, Lin Fei's cell phone rang. Brother Fei, I heard that you went to participate in the show. I'm watching it too. By the way, the company will open tomorrow. Can you come back? Oh, Lin Fei was slightly surprised when he saw it. Seclusion's work efficiency is really fast. Thinking about it, Lin Fei replied with a message. Where? What time? Manila County. There is a newly built 10-story office building here. I rented the 3rd floor as a temporary office base for us. Next to SYNOPSIS school. I contacted Wang Yao's family to build it. The new office building will be completed by the end of the year. Okay. You can go back tonight. Okay. Waiting for you to come back. But, with that said, Lin Fei put away his cell phone. I was so excited that I didn't expect the company to be established like this. This actually surprised Lin Fei. The new company's construction site was right next to SYNOPSIS school, which made Lin Fei feel very good. In fact, Lin Fei didn't care much about the location of the company. It would be much more convenient to be next to his own home. And at this time, Xia Shan's performance was also very perfect. When everyone saw the audience burst into applause, they already knew the result. Wow. Such a singer is really very strong, which shows how popular Xia Shan is, and how good the song is. Hey, look, this is how popular Xiao Fei's song is. Sometimes, choosing the right song is also a kind of luck. Xiao Fei's song is really great. I should have chosen this song earlier. Listening to everyone's words, Lin Fei touched his nose. He didn't expect that this song would have such an effect after being covered and adapted by others. Soon, Han Mingtang came on stage. Okay, Xia Shan's song has been sung. Now, open the voting channel for Xia Shan, and then, please ask our judges to comment. Around this time, Li Dong picked up the microphone and said something shocking. Everyone in the rest area was stunned when they heard this. And when they heard what Li Dong said next, everyone was shocked. Is this Li Dong crazy? Chapter 149. Going on stage. The final battle. One stone stirs up 1,000 waves. When Li Dong said his first sentence, the entire scene suddenly erupted in exclamation. All the audience looked at Li Dong with puzzled faces. Everyone was confused. What was Li Dong going to do? And soon, everyone began to discuss it. What does Li Dong mean? We are listening to such a beautiful song. Why does Li Dong evaluate it like this? Wrong. Hey. Everyone just listens to what Li Dong is saying. In the previous program, when was Li Dong not being venomous? That's right. His words are of no use. He just relies on his achievements to criticize others casually. He doesn't have to take responsibility anyway. Who was in a high position and had achieved results, suddenly felt that he could not hold on to his face. Li Dong picked up the phone and shouted without hesitation. But as soon as he said these words, Li Dong regretted it. This is a live broadcast. As a public figure, now I'm yelling at the audience. This is a huge taboo. How to do. Li Dong, what do you mean? You are a public figure, but you have such a bad temper. Listening. To the shouts around him, Han Mingtang frowned. What is Li Dong doing? Thinking about it, Han Mingtang has already decided whether he wants the director to insert GG quickly. This can be considered a live broadcast accident. Li Dong also spoke quickly at this time. Do you know what I'm going to say? Just go crazy with me right here? Everyone was confused. What was Li Dong planning to say? Han Mingtang also gave up the idea of inserting GG point as a result. Li Dong's next words made Han Mingtang regret it. Looking at Xia Shan, Li Dong spoke. Xia Shan, your singing level is very good. I can't deny this. And your performance state is also very good. That I have seen. You put yourself completely into it, which is nice. What Li Dong said next made everyone have their own guesses. But, Xia Shan, you really chose the wrong song. This song is really too sad. Moreover, it completely goes against the aesthetic standards of contemporary people. This will greatly affect emotions. Ouch. Lin Fei, he is saying that your songs should not appear. Song. Munan, yeah. When Brother Lin's new song was just released, this guy told you about you on the internet, right? After listening to his words, Lin Fei smiled. How could he not understand what Li Dong said? This person obviously started to target himself at this time. Everyone, Lin Fei did not expect this sudden targeting. It's popular. This completely goes against your own personality. I also want to break through myself, and I think the feelings expressed in this song are very good. To give you any points for your song, it's really bad. The expression is also very bad. What? Hearing Li Dong's words, the surrounding audience was shocked. This Li Dong is not targeting Xia Shan, but using his strength to fight against Lin Fei. Why? Do you say that Lin Fei's songs have no emotion? That's right. How many times did I cry when I listened to this song, and you actually said he has no feelings? For a time, the audience friends at the scene began to condemn it. As for Li Dong, he didn't care at this moment, holding his hands tightly and looking very calm. Listening to the louder and louder crusade around him, Han Mingtang suddenly frowned. This thing is getting bigger and bigger. Just now, I wish I could broadcast GG directly, but now, it's all chaos. Thinking about it, Han Mingtang spoke quickly. Okay, next, please leave Xia Shan. Of Li Dong's words, he really wanted to defend Lin Fei, but it seemed that Li Dong would not give him such a chance at all. After hearing Han Mingtang's words, Xia Shan left the place amid the cheers of the audience, and Lin Fei also stood up silently at this time. There was a sneer on the corner of his mouth. Interesting. The more interesting things are, Brother Lin, you must control your emotions when you go on stage later. Yes, this is a live broadcast. We can't hit people. Listening to the words of the people around him, Lin Fei curled his lips. I say, who do you think I am? As he said, Lin Fei set off and walked outside. Lin Fei, come on. Don't take Li Dong's words to heart. This guy has a problem with his brain. Looking at Xia Shan coming, Lin Fei smiled and reached out to take the microphone he handed over. Don't worry, I know what I'm doing. Next, let's invite today's guest to challenge the club. Speaking of this person, his song has just been sung by contestant Xia Shan. Yes, this person is Lin Fei. Wow, the scene suddenly boiled. It's been called for a long time. Lin Fei is finally here. Everyone had heard when they entered the venue that Lin Fei had a new song today. But what exactly is this new song? Everyone was looking forward to it. And with the shouts from the audience, Lin Fei came to the stage. Swish. In an instant, the lights in the venue went out, and only one spotlight was focused on Lin Fei. Lin Fei's figure appeared at that time, and the whole audience was boiling. Lin Fei. Chapter 150. No wonder you don't have a wife. He smiled. Before he went on stage, Lin Fei was still nervous. After all, this was his first time entering such a scene. Lin Fei had never experienced this before, not even in college. And now, Lin Fei finally stepped onto such a stage. When he heard the audience's shouts, Lin Fei felt that all his efforts were worth it. Xiaoxin, just wait. Next time, it will be the two of us standing on the stage together and presenting the audience with unparalleled enjoyment. After thinking about it, Lin Fei moved Today, he is wearing a silk robe. Under the swing of the clothes corner, Lin Fei's figure seemed to be frozen at this moment. Lin Fei, you are so handsome. Finally, Lin Fei came to the stage. Hearing the shouts of a woman in the audience, Lin Fei suddenly burst into laughter. This person is shouting loudly, "Do you like how obsessed you are?" Lin Fei smiled and spoke, "Judges, hello everyone, I'm Lin Fei, Xuan Milin, wow." At the scene, cheers rang out again. After listening, Lin Fei quickly waved his hand to signal to stop. Immediately, Lin Fei turned his attention to the judge's seat in front of him. Because this program has the expectations and comments of the judges at the beginning and end, and Lin Fei has been waiting for a counter-attack, as expected. At this moment, one of the judges was about to pay official courtesy, but Li Dong directly grabbed the microphone. With a sneer on his lips, Li Dong had already prepared his words. Looking at Lin Fei, Li Dong spoke. "Lin Fei, you are a person who has only released one single. Why are you here?" "Wow. No either. The program team invited me, so I'm here." After saying that, Lin Fei shrugged. Well, Li Dong was stunned for a moment. When he thought about it, he wanted to take the lead. This is to take the initiative and guide Lin Fei's mentality. Unexpectedly, Lin Fei directly resolved the problem with one sentence. No. Li Dong gritted his teeth. "Fei, your song is too sad. I will leave it here now. Your sad song is not suitable for this world. Similarly, it's not suitable for this competition either." "Li Dong, why do you say that to Lin Fei?" "That's right. Their songs are so good. Why do you criticize them?" Shh. Listening to the excitement of the surrounding audience, Lin Fei quickly motioned for everyone to stop shouting. Looking at Li Dong, Lin Fei showed no anger at all. "Judge Li Dong, keep talking." Seeing Lin Fei's attitude, Li Dong felt that Lin Fei might be timid. Otherwise, how could he be so humble now? For a moment, Li Dong's sense of vanity surged again. Looking at Lin Fei, Li Dong nodded with satisfaction and spoke. "Young people, it's a good thing to be knowledgeable and eager to learn. As a human being, you can't be too arrogant. Let me tell you this, I don't object to innovation, but your songs are too sad. How many people have cried to death for your songs?" "Then did you cry?" Lin Fei asked back. "No." Li Dong spoke without hesitation. "Why should I cry? I don't feel any emotion from your songs at all. I don't even understand why so many people cry because of your songs." "Oh, really? No wonder you, Judge Li Dong, are still unmarried. It seems you have no feelings." "What did you say? Dare Lin Fei talk to him like this?" Why, Lin Fei, on the other hand, didn't care at all about Li Dong's threatening glare. "Whether my songs are good or not is not for you to judge. There are so many netizens around the world who know better than you. As for you, there is no need to judge me like this. The music world is not decided by you alone. Whether to innovate or not is my own wish and you have no right to influence it. And secondly, for a wallflower like you, a person with extreme double standards, you are not qualified to judge me. Do you want qualifications?" Lin Fei clearly saw that Li Dong was already angry. He absolutely couldn't bear to slander him in front of so many people. Obviously, Lin Fei is not over yet. "Do you want to be qualified to judge me? First write a song that can surpass me, then everything else. Let's let our strength speak for itself." "You, Li Dong," immediately stood up. Lin Fei, on the other hand, quickly interrupted. "Director, please help me cut off his microphone. I don't want anyone to affect my singing." Perhaps it was Han Mingtang's order, but the director quickly cut off Li Dong's microphone. Lin Fei, on the other hand, still had a faint smile on his face. Listening to the shouts of good scolding and good words from all around, Lin Fei gently raised his hand. Lin Fei stretched out his right index finger and put it to his mouth and smiled indifferently. The surroundings became quiet. What a contagious power. Everyone in the lounge sighed. This Lin Fei, for some reason, can exude an unprecedented contagious power from his every frown and smile. However, what Brother Lin said just now was really refreshing. There was not a single swear word, but it made Li Dong so that he jumped up and down, listening To Zhao Shan's words, the people around calmly in agreement point looking at Lin Fei again. At this time, he looked around and spoke silently. Everyone, I'm very happy to be able to participate in this challenge. The results are not important. I only hope, this song can touch your hearts. A song youth travel is given to Dang Dang Dang. As Lin Fei's voice fell, the whole venue suddenly became dark, and the band was also lit up. At the same time, the melodious prelude began to sound. When everyone heard the melodious song, no one spoke, and everyone closed their eyes. The prelude of this song is so beautiful. Everyone felt as if they were in a sea of flowers. Warm emotion spread in everyone's hearts, whose family courtyard is half closed by the red door. I rode a white horse past the door. I only heard a pippa song broke the sunny sky. In an instant, the audience widened their eyes in tacit understanding at this moment. Point this sound. End of this chapter. Thank you very much for reaching the end. Don't forget to like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription, or donation encourages us to continue. Thanks to everyone. See you in the next video.